Hey
Hey,
Pierce, how are
Pierce.
you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Good.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Better that way I get to see you, Pierce. It's always a good day when I get to see Pierce.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Did you guys have relaxed holidays?
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
For me, it was super chill. What about you?
I just spend my Christmas day with some loser.
Losers.
Yeah, it was. We didn't do anything. No big family.
I mean,
It
I
was
went
nice.
to my dad's house on Christmas Day. But that was
Stop
it.
me. You guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You
Let's
got
get
these
that
fancy
music
dice from
Shit,
Alex.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you got your dice, huh?
And my sister got me metal dice too.
Oh shit! Now you got two sets like I do.
Yeah.
So Pierce, I also got you some dice, and it was difficult to find dice for you,
Hmm.
and I couldn't. I ended up buying some and then thinking that they were too cheap. So I just opened them now, and I'm using them for myself. And you have a different set on the way.
Oh,
But I can show you the set that I got you that I thought
Okay.
was too cheap. This is the first set of dice I ever bought myself.
Oh, Mike's here. Hey, Mike.
Look like
Hey, what up,
this.
hello,
Mike?
Mike.
I have to make you admin. I mean, not admin, mod. Which I think I may
can't.
remember.
They just look black. Are they see-through?
No, they're cheap plastic dice. They're black with like dragon numbers on them.
Okay.
But I just feel like I got everyone else like, I feel like I got them pretty cool, nifty dice. And I just feel bad if you're the one person that just gets like a cheap plastic pair. So I found some other shit. I had to
After
go
using
beyond
metal
Amazon.
dice, everything feels cheap.
Yeah, I agree. Even though my metal dice roll
That's true.
like absolute garbage, I have to use
Mine
them.
roll, man, mine roll like gold. So thank you for
Do
that.
they? Oh, fuck.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Alex.
Jury's still out on mine.
Yours actually are the coolest dice
Yeah,
I've
those
ever seen.
hollow ones that sound badass.
Yeah, those sound so
shit.
cool.
That makes me feel bad for losing them. Oh, hold on.
Unlucky.
Just kidding. I got them right here.
They were too hollow. You couldn't drop it. Didn't hear it.
What am I doing?
D&D stuff, probably.
A friend of the family, Vietnamese guy, just made some pho.
Oh, nice. Who?
What is that?
Hello.
Food.
An
Oh.
Asian
Hey,
soup.
Stephanie.
Oh,
Hey.
Wasabi.
Am I the last one on? Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's all right.
You're 30 seconds late.
We're gonna give this a shot, Mike. I wonder if I have to type
We're doing something
space.
special.
Our friend. Did you meet Mike?
Pierce?
Me?
Pierce.
Yeah, Pierce
Yeah,
met.
yes.
Pierce played
Yeah,
with
he
him for
met-
like 6
yeah.
months.
Are
Yeah.
you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Why am I
Phineas
listening
and
to a guy called
fucking
Ad?
yeah.
Oh, I'm bad.
And you're supposed to be our note taker. That's great.
Even before-
Can't even remember if our friends meet each other.
Gentlemen
Whoops.
and gentle ladies, adjust your music volumes.
Faces. Oh.
There we go. I have granted moderator privileges to Mike. Okay. We need oh, you already set the music.
It's currently playing.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a recap. I forgot all of what happened.
Sounds like an Eddie problem.
Hmm Good thing I'm not the one taking notes. Actually, I am taking notes.
Good thing you're not the only one taking
Yeah.
notes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All
I'm kind of
right.
just keeping track of what we have. Not really taking notes.
Yeah, I took notes of those books that I've got.
Oh, the
All
goblin
the
ones?
curses. Yeah, the curses and the
Yeah.
spells and the potions. And then, yeah, I got a few other small notes and questions I
There
have.
was, there were
Wait,
spells.
is Ricky in here? Oh, hey, Ricky.
Oh,
Hey,
oh,
Rickles.
hi.
Oops.
So good to see you. Hello.
Oops.
Hello.
Yeah, it's
Does that work? Can't get all you.
all right.
God damn it.
Yeah, let the cat out. Hold on.
I'm gonna let Jackie figure out some stuff
Yeah, give me a second.
while I figure out some stuff. And then I'll be ready for a bit of one of those spicy recaps.
So later this week, I'm gonna go sledding and I'll take a video of me crashing down the hill for
Eating
you guys
shit?
and show you what
Oh,
you're missing out
yeah,
on.
do it.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, we're going to one that has like a bunch of ice ramps that kids build and fucking they're all wonky, so you get chucked off your fucking sled. Your sled might break, but oh well.
Nice.
You know what? Fucking-
Joe's one of those round ones, so I
Fuck
can
it.
fucking spin in circles while I make the video.
Oh, I did something wrong.
Everybody dies.
Deletes everybody's character.
Just can't get all you fuckers in the screen.
Trying to get all of us fuckers in the screen.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Trying to. Oops.
I just do.
Ooh, what's this?
Oh no.
Is the shared screen just shows the Dweomerheart session number, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's all it shows
Number
right
8.
now.
I dragged you guys off my monitor now. Now I can't see anybody.
Uh-oh. Alright.
Zoom issues.
I fixed it. Can you see everyone now?
I've been had.
Yeah, I don't think that was your issue, Jackie. I think that was Pierce's.
Oh, that was Pierce's issue? I thought that was mine. Whoops.
Yeah, I got everybody I can see. Cool.
I wish I could get all of you in like one. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah,
Alex?
like one straight column.
One
so
straight
what I
column.
did was you hit the yeah,
so.
you can't do it in a straight column. You can do the grid view. The
Oh, just just move the shape of the grid.
Yeah. I think you can do it straight across the
stretch
top.
You stretch the screen down, and then it'll fit everybody. I did the grid view with all.
Are you in full screen?
Yeah. So at the top, it shows the like different views you can do. There's like a small, there's like a single, a double, and then more like 9 rows. I clicked the 9-row one, and then extended the. Actually, drag the screen down, and you can fit everybody. You expand the size of it.
I don't know if I can do that.
I just did it myself.
Yep,
Are you talking about the
same
little sidebar thing,
Yeah,
Jackie?
the
Is that
sidebar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Where it
do you
shows
see
everyone.
do you see the 9 box thing at the top?
Of the
sidebar?
view. Yeah, there's
So click the
standard.
9
Yeah.
click the 9 box,
Okay.
Click that. Yep.
and then adjust it so it's a long column.
I mean, it's on gallery. Is that what you're talking about?
I think so.
It's the view standard speaker gallery. I have you guys on the gallery. It's just that I can't fit all of you. I can't adjust it so that I can make it longer down. Wait, did I do it? No, I didn't. Yeah.
What am I missing?
Well,
Okay.
Stephanie's wild shape into a black cat.
Yeah.
There we go.
Can I
All right. Well, I'll let you work on that, and we'll just get started
I mean,
regardless.
Yeah, we can get started. We might just
Try
have
to
work
just
with this for now.
preferentially show the most attractive of our group in ascending order, and we'll just roll with that. How's that sound?
I guess that's
So,
fine.
Pierce.
Just black me out.
Dude, I was gonna say Pierce on top.
Pierce,
You
Ricky,
gorgeous bastard.
Jackie.
That's not my order, but I'm not going to get into that.
You're not on the list, narrator.
So, where we last left off.
Am I supposed to see the presentation PowerPoint view?
No, you're not.
No, we're looking
I was
at it.
I was trying to get immersed there, Jackie. If
I'm
you don't
sorry.
mind.
It's not letting me get immersed.
Did that fix it?
No, I still see it.
This happens every goddamn time. All right, that fixes it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
What I just did, and then it's going to ruin again right when I do this.
Yes.
Yep.
How about now? Is it still ruined?
Yep.
Yep.
Dope. All right.
Love troubleshooting.
The last where we left off, the party went to, took the underpath beneath the Knight's Take as a way of offering a favor to the Guildmaster Jack McAllister, who in turn promised to use his connections to throw the revenants off of your trail. On your way through, it was a long journey, one in which you were completely covered in darkness. After getting off of the gondola that took you an undisclosed amount of miles in, you went through the cave system, this kind of network that weaves through the Underdark here, seeing various flora, including some bioluminescent species of fungus, as well as some living jellyfish creatures that also seem to luminesce and change colors, depending on the individual they were most in contact with. You met a female half-orc who had seemingly been traversing the caves herself, trying to get back into contact with her party that she lost contact with. After a brief exchange, you parted ways, finding an area of rubble. When you pushed past, you found a large chasm that actually led out into the open, where you were sort of bathed by moonlight and the stars from above. At this point, Fira was snatched by what you later found out was the Hydra that, for whatever reason, had made this shrine its home. And after a unsatisfyingly short combat encounter, you guys managed to deal with said Hydra through a series of D&D mechanics that you made use of. So good job. You did a bit of research using your monster manual, learning that there are a variety of alchemic components of this Hydra that are probably quite valuable or useful. And you learned that its meat is also probably pretty
Tasty.
pretty valuable.
Oh.
So that's where you all leave off. You are currently standing in this chasm after just defeating a Hydra. Hyde still with blood soaking the front of his shirt.
Sitting in the corner thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, after you just ate like 10 pounds of hydrogen.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, you did all watch Hyde devour quite a bit of the Hydra flesh.
I was cooking
But-
some of that Hydra meat too, to share with everyone.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. So Ezra had also
But,
used one of her spells to, you watched as the shadows began moving up the tree line and trees began falling and now preparing a sort of a camp at the base of this shrine. I would say Daru and Fira the two of you would actually notice there's a good bit of trinkets that have sort of been left at the feet of some of these statues. Are either of you proficient in religion?
Okay, yes.
You are.
No.
What you see before you are these live figures of beautiful naked women, each of these 5 statues. Based on the position of this shrine and its seemingly affinity for moonlight, you gather that this is a shrine to a deity known as Elistray. Daru, you would know it as a one of the good deities of the Drow, one that its domain is beauty, moonlight, and its followers tend to try to take the Drow people from out of the Underdark and to the surface. And as you look around, it does appear that there are trinkets and things that have been left at the shrine, potentially from people that had made that transformation themselves and kind of leaving something of their past life behind.
Okay, well, Ezra's cooking some meat. I'll go check out, see if there's anything valuable. Have these dead people left?
I'll go explore as well.
Okay, sure. I'll say you can both roll investigation checks, or one of you can do it at advantage.
I'll roll for myself.
Okay.
Are we making camp here?
It would seem. She's already cooking.
It appears that
I'm already sitting down, really excited for this hike.
yeah, it appears that there's already a campfire that's being made by these shadows that are kind of once again scattering up and down the cliffside here. As a note, the cliff above you goes for maybe about 120 feet, maybe more. So you're pretty you're still a pretty good ways
Underground.
kind of under the ground level here, and also the mist from the cascading waterfalls that spill into these reflecting pools do seemingly provide a bit of they kind of obscure the position here.
I rolled a 15 on my investigation.
15? Okay.
I rolled 17.
17? Okay.
Yeah. Well.
These
So
statues are making me uncomfortable.
If 17 fails, does 18 succeed?
it's less of a failure and success and more of the more you find, the better your check is. So I'll say, Virgil, you find quite a bit. With your discerning eye, you would find 3 regular healing drafts that have been left behind.
Heck yeah. You
find a couple strange looking artifacts. One appears to be a coiled silver whip that seems to have arcane sigils kind of wrapped around the handle.
It's a whip?
A whip. You also find what appears to be a wooden flute and a beautiful kind of crystalline glass bottle that's enclosed on both sides with a pristine looking white rose inside. Daru, what you find with kind of a more discerning for things of an arcane nature, you find this jet black obsidian fragment that seems to be permanently smeared at the tip of it with crimson blood. You also find what looks like a spell book. And you find what looks like a quiver of arrows. And when you pull the arrows, there appear to be arcane sigils at the kind of base of those as well.
Cool. Can I sit down next to
Okay.
Ezra and try to play the wooden flute?
Okay. Go ahead and make a performance check.
Okay. Oh shoot, man! I realized. All right, let's do this. 17.
17.
And I'd like to try to play the tune my mother sang when I was
Yeah.
a wee
So
lad.
Virgil, I mean, you're not really proficient in musical instruments, but playing this flute, it seems so well crafted that it's difficult to get any of those sour notes. And kind of just by using your ear, you start to kind of play around and pick out this melody. And after a while, it sounds like a practiced 7th grader playing a pretty simple melody. After about, a couple minutes or so, you pick it up pretty quick. And the notes, for whatever reason, seem to resonate a little bit more, whether it's some nature of the flute itself or just in the chasm you're in. And strangely, after a couple seconds of you playing, you notice the area is now being visited by about 10 or so songbirds.
Oh, it's a Snow White flute. All right.
So you watch as there are now songbirds that one of them actually perches on your shoulder, and as you're playing, the birds are all kind of singing, they're chirping, and it sounds like they're in a scattered, semi-discordant way, almost harmonizing with the melody that you're making.
As I'm playing, I'll look over to Ezra with a big old grin, like, this feels right.
Wow, Virgil, you're doing really good.
As I play, I give her a thumbs up, because my thumb's not really being utilized too much, just like... Man, life is good right now.
So, does anyone want to eat? The food is done.
Who's butchering the Hydra?
I think,
I thought me and
I thought we did that already. I thought we already got the meat.
You guys already got meat from it?
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought we did. If not,
I don't think you guys did
I'd-
that last session. You were going to, but it's a bit of a task.
Is it? Oh, shoot. Well,
I mean, it's a massive creature, so
we gotta get it out of the water. Is it still in the water?
yeah. I imagine you guys pulled it out of the water, but Hyde, is this something you were helping with after
Yeah, I'll
a few minutes?
help pull it out, but I'm just like speechless, just quietly helping him.
Okay.
I'll help
Okay.
you guys drag that thing out.
I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of pounds of meat on this thing, so it's pretty easy to just quick and dirty try to get some
Tear some
serviceable cuts off. Yeah, and kind of cooking it straight over the fire.
would that multi-tool I have a small knife on it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just use that to like cut some small chunks or whatever if
Yeah.
I can. Just do what I
So
can.
you
with it.
guys, after tell you what, Hyde, go ahead and roll a d20 and add your wisdom modifier. I'd say with
Okay.
advantage, because I imagine people are helping you. And go ahead and add your proficiency too.
Jesus. Natural 19.
Okay.
So
I'm just
fucking
gonna
a
hold
lot.
An empty vial.
So 2 plus. Okay, so yeah, 20 total.
Okay. Sorry, what's that, Dario?
I'm just gonna hold an empty vial under where he's cutting.
And try to get
To,
some.
like,
Gets like the
gather
blood.
Blood. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean it's such a huge creature. It's pretty easy to do. Go ahead and, for the purposes of this, go ahead and make an alchemy check, Dario.
Natural 19.
Nice. Same. Starting out hot. Cool.
25.
Okay. You actually, after spending a bit of time doing this, you actually get 10 doses of Hydra blood.
Shit.
We'll just say 10 units of it. So it's quite a bit. You're actually to a point where you ran out of your ability to gather any other materials because you basically filled your alchemist kit with just Hydra blood.
Okay.
If you want to dump some other potions or other things, you could to gather more. But again, it's a pretty massive creature. So Hyde, with that check, being a kind of traveling nomad and someone that hunts and prepares their meat, you carry a few spices and things on you, I imagine. And
Yeah.
After no time, the whole chasm fills up with this smell. It smells like a perfectly marinated and perfectly cooked steak that's been smoked over an open flame. After the day you've had, you guys are all salivating at the smell of this. And sure enough, as you go over to see, there are some perfectly cooked Hydra giblets.
Giblets.
And how much Hyde butchered? There's, enough for all you can eat tonight, and then you'd have some for the road.
As go ahead, Ezra.
Who has the monster manual?
I think it's
I
just
don't.
in the disc.
In the disc. Okay, I'll go over to the disc and take it out and start looking for the Hydra.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check at
Through it.
advantage.
Okay. I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Nice.
You find the index.
4. Yeah, find the
4.
index.
Okay, reading.
He's not that all great.
You don't catch anything really that other people didn't catch before because someone else had already looked through the manual. So you get the sense that, or you read up on the Hydra, you learn that the regenerative properties of the Hydra are actually pretty rare. Most Hydras don't have that. It's specifically the Lernean Hydra, which appears to be what you guys fought, and that appears to be the most valuable. Other than that, it's just the meat is a delicacy, and it's especially coveted by dragons, such that sometimes monster hunters will actually use it as bait to bait a dragon to a specific location.
Cool. Okay.
I'd like to go sit next to Hyde. And,
has my appearance changed now again too?
I would hope so.
Alex?
It's the only reason I'm sitting next to you.
My permanent appearance. From having
You
done the
don't
thing?
have any permanent changes.
Okay.
Yeah. You're kind of back to your normal form. A little, your clothes are fucked up, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Do we have blankets and such in our inventory?
I will say that you were kind of given a just set of gear that would allow you to camp in the Underdark as needed.
Cool.
So yeah, you've got basic sleeping bags, things like that.
I'd like to put like just a blanket over Hyde's shoulders and sit next to him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did
How
make it
are
out of
you?
that fight, okay?
Yeah,
Um,
I'm okay.
Fighting my demons, same as usual.
What demons do you fight, Hyde?
The one I've supposedly been blessed with. Some great monstrosity is apparently the spirit within me.
I, as you know a thing or two about this type of blessing. What spirit dwells within you?
I don't actually know what it is. I couldn't really see it. Saw just but the shadow of it.
Does it
It
come
was
in with you?
enormous. No. It just kind of takes over at times.
What
I've used
triggers
it once
it?
My anger. There was once I used it and things didn't go so well. I try my best to keep it contained.
When did you use it? At one time, Hyde. This is dope soundtrack.
Long time ago.
I don't want to
You
press
doing
the
okay
issue.
after that fight?
Yeah. I am fine. Thank you. Is there anything I can do for you?
I didn't get hurt too bad from that thing. I look around the fire and ask if you guys are doing okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing fine.
I reach into my bag and I pull out the vial with the white rose in it.
Mhm.
And not in a suggestive way, but in a just a gift way, I'm gonna give it to Hyde.
Okay.
And,
you watch as Virgil kind of sorts through some of the things that he's kind of picked off of the shrine, and he pulls out this glass, kind of almost like a ship in a bottle, but instead it's just this beautiful white rose that appears to have not really been decaying or anything like that, and just hands it to you in a gifting manner.
a reminder that there is always beauty to be found inside Hyde.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
I do a little bow and enjoy my steak.
So Hyde and Virgil were kind of, I imagine, a little bit away. Hyde was, I imagine, looking kind of within the reflecting pool at, his own reflection and also the moon above. Ezra was helping prepare the meals, also getting camp set up. Dara was investigating. Fira and Asher, was there anything you guys wanted to do during this time?
Can I be like by the fire having a concerned face because I don't know what's gonna happen when we go to sleep towards the hexing stick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, obviously I don't want to try out any of my friends, so I'm just worried for the night, like how it'll affect me the next day.
Yeah.
And I do have a question about that. So if I want to use the hexing stick, is it used as a spell still, or an action?
It's an action. It's not a spell to use the nightmare.
It's not
feature.
a cantrip anymore, right?
Shillelagh is a cantrip, but the nightmare action is not a spell. It's just an effect that it's an action that the item gives you access to.
So the shillelagh for the hexing stick would be considered a cantrip still.
Yeah, it's a cantrip and it's a bonus action.
Bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any way later after the session you could help put it on my sheet?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay.
For now, what you could do is, weirdly, I actually might be able to do that now because I think I made the item. I just might not have added it to your inventory. So I'll work on that.
Okay.
But for anyone paying attention, you would notice Fira just kind of looking at this semi-broken ram skull with moss that's kind of growing out of one of the eyes. Fira, as you're pondering this and looking at the item, you notice there's like a small little thorny tendril that, as you were spacing out, you notice this thing is actually growing at a rate such that you can actually see it moving. And it's kind of dancing around your thumb, and you feel it gripping your thumb as though you're being held by like a little baby hand, but it's this little tendril of this vine just kind of tugging at your thumb.
Do I notice her?
I would say you wouldn't notice
I
this.
would notice. Okay.
I just assume it's all part of the curse, so I'm just like keeping quiet about it.
Yeah.
Try not to get people worried.
Yeah.
Have you not told anyone about the curse?
Wasn't I around people when I got cursed?
You were, but I don't know that you said anything.
This is news to me.
Okay. I'll go over to Ezra and be like, what are you doing? Setting
like
up
sitting
camp.
over the fire, like cooking the meat. Just cooking.
There's something I wanted to tell you. I don't know if right now it's a good time.
Are you okay? Is it serious?
I don't know if I'm okay. I was actually cursed the other day. Maybe it's something that you would know more about.
What do you
It
mean
was
you were
from the
cursed the other day?
It was from the staff that we picked up in one of the dungeons.
Oh. You see Ezra's eyes kind of light up at the mention of a curse. Do you want it? What happened?
Well, apparently if I don't have someone have like a nightmare, then all my magical abilities for the next day kind of resets.
So for the purposes of brevity, we can say that fear eventually explains the basic nature of the curse as I understand it mechanically to you, Ezra.
I mean, at least it won't kill you.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So if you see weird things going on, I guess don't be too concerned.
I mean, I've heard some things about being able to get rid of curses. I don't think I'm quite at that point yet, but eventually I could help you with that.
Okay.
In exchange, you give me the stick, of course.
Oh. You would want to get cursed upon?
Just want to see it.
Alright.
Okay.
We'll see if it might be also useful for us. But today's the first night, that's why I'm a little nervous.
Okay.
Is this conversation happening in front of us?
I mean,
we're
it's a
at the
big room,
fire.
so I imagine they're a little off. But yeah, I mean, if you were seeing them talking and you were interested, you could catch the gist of it. Yeah.
Well, I went back for the steak, which I'd imagine Ezra is cooking, so I'm just looking like, what? This conversation. I don't see a damn word, though. I'm just going to eat the steak.
Just look at Virgil and smile.
Yeah.
I
Asher, what are you
smile
doing?
Well.
How tall are these column pillar things?
The pillars. Give me a second here. Oh, the pillars? The pillars go up into what it looks like at some point they were part of some other structure, so they're varied in length. So they're anywhere from like 9 to 14 feet up off the ground.
So I'd like to get some meat and then climb up one of them, that has a flattish top that I can sit on.
Sure.
While I eat.
You little raccoon.
Just kind of
grab
looking up
some
at
meat and
the
scurried.
starlight.
Yeah.
Okay. As you do, it's beautiful. Strangely,
Bareback.
it reminds you a bit of Dreadmarrow. Spending nights out there just with nothing but the darkness and the stars above. Yet as you're watching, the starlight is obscured by a shape that moves through. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Uh, 19.
19. It's just a blip on your vision, but for a second it looked like there was a cloud that it's odd. It's almost like a cloud just moved across over you, but it was very quick, big enough to obscure almost every single star and the moon briefly. And you faintly heard just this whoosh of air.
Okay, when that happens, I'm gonna kind of look around and see who's closest to me.
You look around, everyone's laughing and eating. The closest one at this point, I'd say, would be Hyde.
I just kind of yell to him, hide.
Yo, what's going on, kid?
Hey, it might be nothing, but I was just looking up at the stars, and something really big, enough to like block out all the stars, just kind of went past. And I heard like a whoosh, or maybe it was like a wing or something.
At this point, both of you noticed across from you, a long rope
Shit.
kind of falls down. And you watch as an individual, weirdly dressed in beautiful, almost what looks like a silk robe, but decorative and almost completely with these silver patterns, dressed in such a way that I don't know if this makes sense, but a very old-fashioned style of dress.
I
Begins climbing their way down this 120-foot pit, like very adeptly, just kind of hopping from cliffside and kind of rappelling down this rope.
I move from the sitting position to a crouching position
Mhm.
and knock an arrow, but not pointing the bow at him. Just
Yeah.
knocking an arrow.
Hey
I'd say
guys, we might have
At this point, the rest
somebody
of you
coming
would
in.
notice that as Hyde says that.
I'm gonna gently put down my food and then go and try to get some cover.
You friend or foe? I'm gonna yell up.
You yell that out, and you hear the voice say, "Friend."
Oh. Does the voice sound familiar?
No.
No?
The voice is deep and it resonates throughout this chasm.
Yeah, but who in their right mind would yell foe?
Yeah, I don't believe them, but get ready.
He begins walking towards you. At this point, you see a somewhat dark-skinned with beautiful silver hair that goes up in this mane. Almost a bit of a faux hawk going on. Somewhat looks middle-aged, with a very ornate beard as well that is very clean yet full. He stands at about 6 feet tall. Very kind of seems to be well built. And strangely, his eyes are pupilless. And there's just sort of mercurial, kind of metallic-like iris that almost looks like it's swirling.
I'm gonna walk towards the front of the party, towards him, a little defensively.
He's got just this big smile on his face.
Who are you?
He says, "Hi, I'm just a traveler walking through. My name's Azek. I couldn't help but smell the delicacies that seem to have been prepared here. It's funny, I've been away for some time and I've found myself traveling to find a meal for myself and my mate. And I see you've got quite a feast here. I was wondering..."
Grab some meat and walk up to this guy.
Yeah, please oblige this
Here,
person. I'm gonna
we
say
have
that
enough
again.
to share.
Who's your mate?
He says, her and I have been partnered for, let's just say, a very, very long time. Her name is Era, and she's the love of my life.
Beautiful name.
He just nods and says, You all slayed this beast yourself.
Yeah.
He just smiles and has almost this look of wonder, and his eyes dance across each and every one of you. He just goes, wow, that's truly excellent. Never amazes me how incredible people can be.
Are you...
I don't mean to be rude, Azek, but sorry if I appear distrusting.
Oh.
This is a strange place to all of us.
Not at all. I understand you're out in the wilds, and surely you encounter danger more often than friendship, but... and admittedly, I can be a bit long-winded. It's been... And he kind of laughs to himself. It's been a very, very long time since I've had any conversation. But if you like, we can keep things to just business, and that's fine.
No, please. Help yourself.
Appreciate it.
You're okay with the group, you're okay with me.
And with that, as Asher, you're kind of bringing up this wooden plank with meat on it, you notice as he pulls out this large bag and pulls out this beautiful silverware and a plate and just kind of sits it down. And with that, he also takes out this little trinket and says, young man, would you mind helping me with this?
Sure.
He hands you the trinket. It appears to be this beautiful, small little table that's made entirely out of silver. And he just backs up and seems to give you a wide berth, and he says, would you mind setting the table, young man?
I set it down on the ground.
Okay. You set it down on the ground, and it turns into this massive table of pure silver with benches on the side. It actually kind of knocks you back a little bit, and he goes, oh, my apologies. You're supposed to give it a bit of a toss to stay out of the...
Oh,
you okay?
I've never seen a magic table before.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm silly. I probably should have mentioned that's not something that's... I'm a bit of a collector, and it's something that came to me a long time ago. It used to belong to an Imperium captain from, of course, the old Imperium. But please don't get me started on history. I could talk your ear off forever.
Yeah?
Yes. For anyone interested, please sit, drink.
Sorry about that.
I believe I have some wine. If
I'm gonna head over to Daru. Do you think you can clean me up?
Oh, yeah, as Ezek is talking,
I'm gonna ask you, you do that, Matt.
Waggle my fingers and prestidigitation is closed, cleaned.
oh shit, I didn't even know you had that. Nice.
I would love some wine.
He says, this wine is, well, let's just say it's very old. So I'm curious to see what you think of it. And he pulls out this bottle that, when he says very old, it looks fucking ancient. Almost to the point where you're a little unsure that it's good. You know, you're told that wine ages, but this looks like he literally just got it from the bottom of the sea. There at some point there looks like it was a label on it, but it's all, you can't see anything on it. And sure enough, he pours out this dark, almost black liquid.
Do you keep this for special occasions?
He says, admittedly, I don't have the most refined palate. I can't tell what's good and what's not. So they say it's expensive, but you know, the cheap stuff to me tastes just fine. So perhaps you have a more discerning taste.
Let's see. I'll take a drink.
Can I have some?
He, at this point, as Asher asks Hyde if he can have some wine, you watch as the individual now looks over to Hyde and just says, surely a drop wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, go for it, kid.
All right.
As a note, he's pouring these into these beautiful silver goblets. He gives you a little bit, Asher.
Okay.
Quick recap: who's talking and how do you get
Yeah.
there?
So a very ornately dressed and very old-fashioned attire. This middle-aged, somewhat human-looking man threw a rope down and scaled his way down, telling you all that he was attracted by the smell of the
Meat.
cooking that you guys have been doing. And he came down mentioning he was interested in trade for some of the meats.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And where you're from, you come oddly well prepared.
To be totally honest, I have he holds up his backpack. He says, this little bag is actually got a small enchantment on it, such that I can carry most everything that's precious to me with me. So I enjoy traveling around and meeting friendly people and sharing meals and stories. Again, just really amazed by the feat you undertook here. That's something.
What is your name again?
It's Azek. That's
Are
right.
you from around here, Isaac?
Yeah, born and raised, actually.
From the sink?
Sorry,
from
I'm
these
not
woods?
familiar.
Oh, you just grew up out here in these woods?
Oh, I roam
You roam.
far and wide. I've been to the northern end of the continent, to the southern end, everywhere in between. It's been a very, very long time since I've been on a walkabout, as you could say, but seems like the landscape's changed a lot.
Do I notice anything about his story? Is he being honest?
Any holes in it?
Insight check.
And I can only do that advantage thing once per long rest.
That's a charisma-based ability. Asher has the uncanny insight ability. Yours is charisma-based. So
Oh.
if you're trying to persuade someone, that's where you get your...
Oh, I see. I thought there was another thing.
Yeah, but go ahead and make an insight check.
Okay. 15 plus insight. 2, so 17.
Strangely, he doesn't seem like he's being dishonest. He does seem a little out of sorts. And he seems a little bit uncomfortable, but excited to be in your presence.
So, you seem to have a lot of cool stuff. What's your job?
Huh.
Oh, just for the record, Alex, my character sheet says 1d4 insight versus lies.
Fair enough. Go ahead and add the d4.
Sweet. 4.
4.
Oh, nice.
So it's a total of 21.
So 21.
Yeah, so I can tell you more confidently that he doesn't appear to be lying,
Cool.
in addition to all the other information I gave you.
Can't abide a liar.
Asher, as you say that, he just kind of smiles to himself and looks at you and says, "Huh. That's a very, very good question, young man.
Thanks.
I would say I don't have much of a job, but I'd be really interested in trying one. I sort of have lived off the land, but a job, that sounds... Huh. What do you reckon someone like me could do?"
What is it you like to do?
Everything.
You could be a
Be a fisher.
craftsman.
You could be a cook.
Craftsman. I'm not much of a craftsman or a cook.
At the same time, I said
You could be a
zookeeper.
hunter.
Zookeeper.
A hunter. It's...
Monster
I feel
hunter.
that as though I'd get bored of having the same meal twice in a row.
You could
Oh,
become
about a chef.
No, I'm
Every
not much
job
of a
has
cook.
different aspects of it.
Your
could
whole
be like a
everything is kind of
shopkeeper.
narrowing down.
A monster hunter, you say? You're saying I could be somewhat of a what, like an adventurer like you? Is that what
why
you
not?
Yeah. Protect the people from evil creatures that lay in the lands.
Protect
Is
your
that what
mate?
you do?
That's the goal.
Something like that.
Yeah, to
Wow,
an extent, I guess.
That's incredible. And you notice he stops. He, as he's speaking to you, he's sort of stopping himself and like trying to rephrase certain things, as though he's almost going to say something that he shouldn't. He says, I thank you for sharing this meal with me, and I just want to say I'm always so fascinated by how much drive for life that people seem to have. And I see that in each and every one of you, and that's excellent.
Sometimes it's not the drive for your own life, it's the drive for someone else's.
What, if you don't mind me asking, what are all of your names?
I'm Asher.
Name's Hyde.
Come out from like the fire area because I was still over there.
We're hiding.
Well, when I heard him, like, he mentioned his stuff was from the Imperium, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got kind of sketchy because I don't really like things that are affiliated with that.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm curious.
He said he was from the Imperium?
No, he said
He got it from a captain in the Imperium.
Yeah, the table used to belong to an Imperium captain.
I stand up and bow and say, I am Virgil.
Very nice to meet you. And Virgil, I've not met anyone that appears to be like you. Are you some kind of... if you don't mind me asking, do you have any dragon blood? Your eyes are golden, you see it.
But I am aware of... I am... Aasimar.
And with that, he just kind of nods and goes, Aasimar, fascinating. Huh. Well, kind of going back to what originally drew me here, so I don't get too carried away, I could probably talk you all to death. Again, I'm looking for a great meal to share with myself and my mate, Era. I notice there's quite a large beast here. I can't imagine you have any way of transporting such a thing. I'm wondering if you'd be interested in a bit of a trade, and you give the rest of the remains to me, and we call it square.
What kind of trade?
Well, as you can see, kind of knocking on the table, he said, I've got some interesting trinkets that could potentially be of more use to someone that's an adventurer like you, Ezra.
Me as well?
Yes, all of you.
Who did you
Do
get this
you-
table from?
Oh,
The table was a gift from an Imperium captain. One of my only friends. I had left for a long time, and you see his eyes grow a little sullen, and he says, "Seems I lost track of time, and when I came back, he and all my other friends were dead."
What was his name?
His name was Jacob. Order of the Sphinx.
What other trinkets do you have?
Well, I've got 3 that I could potentially barter for in exchange for this Hydra. You actually notice he's barely touched his food, by the way. It looks like he's taken maybe 1 or 2 small bites, and it appears that he's not really not really eating any more of it. He kind of goes into his bag and he pulls out a small box that looks like it's adorned with ivory. He pulls out a small, almost like a toy, looks like a little toy fort that's about maybe 4 by 4 inches. And then he pulls out another kind of rectangular box that's kind of, it looks like a little shoebox.
What are these?
He says, this here seems a little impractical, but you can, this is an enchanted item. It is magical. You can speak a command word and it can turn into a boat of various shapes. Here. And with that, he gently takes the box and just kind of lets it loose in the reflecting pool. And he just says, rowboat. And he watches it like unfolds, kind of like Doctor Strange style, into this little rowboat with oars.
That is cool.
And with that, he says, sailboat. And it enlarges once more into now a large sailboat.
Shoebox.
He says one more time, dreadnought. And it, like the water now overflows, and he watches almost this Spanish style, like old piratey battleship is now beached on the side. It actually like somewhat crashes. It's now just kind of hazardously jammed into the reflecting pool, and everyone's feet right now at about the ankle are wet.
Just clean the shoes.
Oh, my apologies. I thought that would be fun, and I got
that's
a little
alright.
excited.
What's this guy's name again? I'm sorry.
Azek.
Azek.
And with that, he kind of speaks the word once again, and it goes into this floating shoebox that's just kind of floating on the now kind of, on the wake of the reflecting pool. And he goes over and collects it as it's near the edge and kind of sets it down, wiping some of the water off. He says, other than that, I have these. And he opens the ivory box and shows 3 goats, little ivory goats. He says, this may seem silly, but oddly enough, it is better than walking. This goat here, I've taken to naming him Billy, but you could name him whatever it is you like. Upon dropping Billy on the ground, he will manifest into a goat large enough to ride, and he's good with people, and he's good to ride. There are limitations on how often you can use these, and then you need to wait some while. The other ones I haven't rightly used that much, but I understand. I think one of them, the translation, it's Elvish, but the best translation is that it is a goat of terror. But
You haven't used that one before?
I've never had the need, and it seemed like it could potentially be a little
Dangerous.
mean. But I'll put that in the maybe pile. Other than that, I have this, and he takes this fort and he says, now this is a bit of a historical item. Thousands of years past, these lands used to be the site of a battle between gods. One of them was the Queen of Winter, Auril. And her clerics were notorious for using enchantments such as these for braving the harsh winters and setting up locations in places that no one else could. I believe this particular individual was known as Dairn, and this is evidently his fortress. And with that, you watch as he takes it and sets it down very carefully on one side of the entrance and walks back about 20 feet. And you notice he places it in a very kind of geometric location, kind of in the center of the chamber. And as he speaks a magical command word, you watch as it turns into this 20 by 20 foot fortress.
Oh my god.
With like this iron door on the front of it. And it looks like there are kind of battle stations on it.
That is also cool.
Shit.
You would trade this
Travel with.
for meat?
To be fair, I've had these trinkets for many months. One could say.
Forgive me for asking, but what are you?
He kind of... Go ahead and make a persuasion check, Mr. Asimar question asker.
Well, I mean, he asked me that question. I figured it was okay to ask that. What am I? A persuasion?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. 21.
Yeah!
Damn.
He
I
says-
can convince you to do anything.
He says, well, I am... Sometimes I am human. Admittedly, it is the more enjoyable form to take oftentimes. I find great pleasure in walking in the shoes of a creature such as yourself. It's important for perspective, I feel.
Wait a minute.
And kind of looks over.
You were the one who flew overhead.
He nods and says, yes. Other times, I am what people would call a dragon.
I knew it. I knew the blood attracted him.
Cool.
I say that this is a first time experience with a dragon, especially in human form.
How old
Wasn't
are you?
exactly what I expected.
Admittedly, I don't keep track of time the same way that people do, but one of these days I'll be sure to do the conversion and perhaps get back to you.
Cool.
Well, we can call each other friends.
From this,
I would like that very much.
You have a mate, Isaac?
I do.
Pray tell, what is her name?
Her name is Era.
And where is this majestic Era?
She is back in our home.
And what home is that for a wanderer?
You notice him give you kind of a sly grin, like as though he doesn't want to tell you, but at the same time, seems to be kind of interested in impressing you a little bit. He says, well, our home, although we have many, the main one is actually in the sky, within the clouds.
Wow.
How?
Please, it's more humble than you think, I assure you. But again, I'm making it a point to walk on the earth again, as you do, and get reacquainted with what it's like to feel. And he kind of makes a gesture at himself and says, this way.
Is this, and I gesture at the table, parts of your hoard?
He says, yes, this is. It's important to me because, not because of its monetary value, but because of the one who gave it.
I'd bow and smile and I say, thank you for your honesty.
I think we're all willing to make a trade for that meat.
Are you just passing?
Clearly, we'll have the appetite to finish it all.
So what's that, young man?
Are you just passing through?
Admittedly,
Or
I
are
was
Here
flying
for
home.
A reason.
I was flying home and was attracted by the scent of your excellent cooking. I can't say that I'm really here for much of a reason, but I thank you because you're... And kind of points back at the plate and just says, what you've created here today has reminded me of the beauty of this place.
So why didn't you eat that much?
It was very good. I don't eat all that much, to be totally honest. It was quite a large piece.
I can feed you for a long time then, won't it?
Yeah.
You have children, Isaac?
I have many.
That's what I thought. The only time I've seen someone pass up on good food like this is usually to feed their kids.
Well, I appreciate that you bestowed upon me the title of friend. That truly means more than you can know. Perhaps you'll run into each other in the future.
Yeah.
Just to warn you, I don't know if you knew this, but I have a suspicion that this Hydra was placed here on purpose.
What do you mean?
Oh, before introducing myself to you, I had another encounter with a few huntsmen that were up on the ridge, seemingly waiting for something to come down. I suggested that they take the day off and perhaps head home, and they obliged. That being said, I don't know if you understood the pretense by which fate brought you here, but just proceed with caution and know that other dragons that could have been brought here might not be as friendly as myself.
Thank you for the heads up.
How much of the remains will you take?
Well, I was hoping to take all of it in exchange for one of these trinkets.
Hey, what do you guys think about the trinkets?
Yes, I wanted the boat.
Yeah, I like the
I
boat
built
too.
a tower.
I like the
Oh, or the
fortress.
tower.
Hey, James, you're the deciding vote.
It's only good in water.
Fortress.
Yeah.
Just, oh,
I
3
mean,
and
you
3,
could,
okay.
you could
Oh.
also
Pretty good.
just park the pirate ship, like beach it on the earth, and just camp
Yeah,
in
and
that
they can
too.
change sizes. The fort's just a massive fort. Like,
Then again, if
As
we're
a
in a
note,
pickle,
as a
can make
note,
the boat a house.
the fort is activated by an action, and any creature within the range of it needs to make a dexterity saving throw or suffer 10d10 bludgeoning damage.
To get in?
And the boat.
No,
We can
when
make
it
the ship a
expands, it'll yeet you out of its
Jesus.
range.
Yeah. Well, the
Okay.
ship we
Can
can
the-
use as a home. So I
are we
say
are,
we go with
are
the
we
ship.
forgetting the goat of terror?
Fuck the
I was
Because-
really tempted about with the go-to.
Because if we're in a bind and we just Pokemon that sucker out there and just let it
Just
go,
let
just
it-
let it go,
just let it
and,
run wild.
and run and watch.
As you guys are kind of having this conversation, he looks amused and just says, "Wow, it's so warming to see such excitement over such small things."
Do we get all 3 goats?
He says, "If you're interested, perhaps you could spend some time to concentrate on the nature of each of them to make a more informed decision. I would hate for anyone to walk away from a deal with me with any sort of remorse of any kind."
I like this guy. What is he suggesting that we try to identify?
Yeah, if anyone has that capability.
can identify.
I don't think I can. That's an actual like spell.
Actual spell.
I can identify as a ritual. Which means
Ezra,
I
do you
would
want to
need
take some time?
Yeah, I'll take some time to look through the items, identify them.
So I'll kind of run through these pretty quick. The Instant Fortress, you can use an action to place it on the ground, speak the command word. It's 20 feet by 20 feet and 30 feet high. It's got arrow slits on all sides and a battlement atop it. It's got 2 floors with a ladder to connect them. The door opens only at your command, which you can speak as a bonus action. It's immune to the knock spell and similar magic.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh.
Each creature in the area when the fortress appears must make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw or suffer 10d10 bludgeoning damage on a failed save or half as much on a success. And they're pushed outside of its range.
Or you could just activate it with Mage
then-
Hand.
I mean, yeah. That's an option, yeah.
Well, you activate it with the command word.
We can
Oh,
just
yeah.
get like 20 feet away and yell it.
Yeah. Instead of just
So the ivory goats. There are 3
There it
goats.
is. Mhm,
You've got a
mhm.
goat of traveling that is a large goat with the same statistics as a riding horse.
Okay.
It has 24 charges on each hour it spends in that form.
For each goat.
So
No, for the goat of traveling.
Okay.
When it runs out of charges, it can't be used for 7 days, and then it gets all its charges back.
Oh,
Oh.
Then
awesome.
there's another goat that just becomes a giant goat for 3 hours, and once it is used, it can't be used for a month. But
What's a
theoretically,
giant?
it could bigger than Hyde, and then it can fight for you. It's just a massive goat.
Okay.
Dude, I bet
Then
you
there's-
Fira could tame that sucker.
Then
Just
there's
like
Really good.
direct it.
Then there's
Yeah.
a goat of terror. Theoretically, you could use them all at the same time. There's a goat of terror that becomes a giant goat for up to 3 hours. The goat doesn't attack, but you can remove its horns and use them as weapons. One horn is a +1 lance, and the other is a +2 longsword. The goat radiates a 30-foot aura of terror while you're riding it. Any creature that starts its turn must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of the goat for 1 minute.
Bro, I could
That's
ride
really
that
good,
and
too.
heal and disperse
Yeah, you
at
would.
the same
Yes.
time. You know what I mean? Just fucking fearful.
Yeah.
And then finally, there's a folding boat, which basically it can turn into those 3 vessels.
The 3 vessels. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll let everyone know.
After hearing that, I'm pretty stoked on the goats. But that's just me.
I
That's just
think
me.
I think the fortress would be the most useful, but the goats would
I'm
be the
on the
best.
boat.
You still want the boat?
Yep.
I
I think
think-
the boat's most useful.
I think we should just leave it down to randomness then.
What, you want to
Just roll on it.
You can just roll for it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay, what are we assigning this?
Is it?
Just-
Let's do it in order. So it was
1, 2, fortress. 3, 4, goats. 5, 6, boat.
Boat.
fortress, goat, boat. Who wants to roll?
Who's
I
gonna roll?
do.
You wanna roll? Okay.
Asher's rolling.
Asher was pretty prominent.
He's gonna roll a fucking 1.
Hey,
What'd you roll?
6, boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boat it
Vote it
is.
is.
Boat. All right.
Okay.
Not happy, not sad.
Although Alex did have a good
I did
point.
really want those goats.
I wanted
I
them.
wanted the goats, yeah.
Alex did have a good point. This doubles as a fortress.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Giant.
Yeah. The
giant.
boat.
Yeah,
we
you
could
can
take
use the boat
shelter
as
in
a
it.
house.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really wanted to
fortress
go
is
to
fucking
Terra.
Command word.
Yeah.
While Ezra is identifying everything, could she identify the whip?
Oh yeah, just
Oh, yeah, we
throw
have a
anything you
couple
need
other
at me.
things.
Yeah.
He literally
Silver
just chucks
whip.
it at you.
Hey, what is this? And I throw it.
Wooden flute.
I like the flute. I don't
In
think
the
she
middle
used
of
it.
my ritual.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
throw
I'll
it
put the
at me.
flute down there too. Why
right,
not?
just slap it down.
Yeah, I'll just
Hyde,
take
you
some
have the
time to
rose if you want to
identify that,
identify
too.
it.
Okay.
Ezra, there's also a spell book, or I don't know.
We just
Vera.
start sliding things in the ritual.
Right.
And while she's doing that,
Well, this wasn't to identify. This is just here's a spell book.
oh,
As I'm identifying this? Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna start identifying it. I'll just take as long as I need to.
I
Okay.
don't want to take too long. Might attract unwanted attention in here still.
well,
Just a note.
I want to see if I could trade that whip for the goat. One goat.
Really want that goat?
It's such a cool goat. It's small until you make it big.
Okay. Well, so while Ezra's doing that, Azza kind of looks over you all and just says, "So it sounds like you've come to an accord."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
With that, he
Yes.
takes the other two items off the table. Asher, he
wait.
goes to you and hands you the boat in a box, the little shoe box, and kind of taps the table, and it shrinks down into the little piece, picks it up, and just says, "Well, it's been a pleasure."
Wait a sec.
He looks over.
Do you want this whip?
He looks over at the whip and just says, "You're offering it freely."
I just wanted one goat.
He laughs and he says, Unfortunately, this is a somewhat historical piece, and I'm afraid it should be kept with the set."
I'll throw in a flute for the whole set.
He says, "I tell you what, in these adventures of yours, find something that would please me, and perhaps we can do business again in the future."
Oh,
How
what
do we contact
pleases you? Oh, that too.
He says, "Find me something that tells a story."
Oh, okay.
And with that,
What
How do we
about
contact
just before he leaves? Like, what about something that you may be able to present to your mate? And I
He
pull
says-
the rose out.
make a persuasion check.
Whoa, Hyde coming in.
All right. If you get that goat, I get one of them.
Let's see. So I'm gonna use my new dice.
It's also kind of a dick move to re-gift
Aw.
after I just gave it to you.
That's an 8.
An 8.
Tried.
He's trading off your stuff.
Yeah, no, I
Well,
just
it's
gave it
for
to you.
him, so like you just gave it to
Okay.
me.
He
So I was
looks at
trading
you
something
high
for
and he
you.
says, tell you what. I'll give you something else for the whip and the rose.
I pocket the flute.
Do you have I look at you, Virgil. What do you think?
It was more of a gesture of friendship. I mean,
I
Go
appreciate
ahead.
that.
oh yeah. No,
I was trying
it's
to help
fine.
you get you one of the goats.
I know. I wanted the goat. No, go for it. I said go for it. Why not?
He reaches his hand
What
out.
did you have in mind, Isaac?
He says, I think this would be more entertaining if this were a blind trade.
Oh, I like it. High stakes.
And this is before we have identified what the whip and the rose were.
And with this, you watch as he takes out this
Yeah.
little, like, old piece of parchment and begins writing on it. And folds the paper so you can't see what he wrote.
You want to roll live, Virgil, to see if we go for it?
I say go for it.
Yeah. let's
Okay.
do it.
I'm up for it too. Yeah.
You give him the items?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He takes the whip. And he takes the
White rose.
the white rose, and he hands you this very mundane looking what's it called? Not a flask. What's that like soft, like the soft flask that like people drink out of?
Water.
Yeah, kind of like a wine, like a water skin.
Beer cozy?
No, he gives you this. He gives you this very old looking water skin.
Edward, that was so white trash.
I know.
Beer
I just
cozy?
heard soft and like that was like a beer cozy.
And Hyde, as you're holding this kind of limp water skin that's just folding over both sides of your hand, you watch as his form grows and he turns into this massive, beautiful silver dragon. You don't see any scales on this thing. It looks like it's just a pure statue of silver, yet it is moving. And with that, if a dragon could smile, it does. And you notice that kind of mohawk and beard are almost reflected in these, almost like a rooster's, like the ornaments on a rooster, but kind of in a beard formation. And with that, the frills on his face kind of flap for a second and just kind of just flies out.
Do you take the Hydra?
Yeah, thank you. He picks up the Hydra with his claws. That's why he had to transform. And
You almost got a
begins
free Hydra.
carrying it, and begins carrying it out. And as he flies away, this tiny little piece of folded paper falls and just drops into the reflecting pool, floating.
It's a
on the
piece of
surface.
paper.
Little piece of parchment.
I pick it up.
Yeah, pick it out.
There are
grab
3
it up.
words written on it. It says stream, fountain, and geyser.
Oh, I bet you it's shit happens when you say it to the water skin stuff.
Stream, fountain, geyser.
It's worth it.
Yep,
Really
it's
true.
great water.
Yeah, you can create a geyser of water, I bet, from the water skin.
Well, it doesn't have one. You just say it.
I don't know. Someone say it.
Try it
I
out.
said it.
Oh, you said all 3?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Stream, fountain, geyser.
Does anything happen?
Okay, so you say stream, and you watch as the top of the water fountain kind of pops off, and it just begins pouring out water. Then you say fountain, and it intensifies as though it's going through like a higher pressure hose. And when you say geyser, Virgil, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, am I holding it?
Oh
Nope.
shit!
Oh, I'm not? Somehow I'm making a string saving throw. Okay. Alright. Let's do this. 13.
13 is the DC, so you make the DC. You watch as this 30-foot line of just water,
shit.
larger than the actual hole, fires out. It actually picks Virgil up off the ground and yeets him into the pool. You don't take any bludgeoning damage, but it's now you're kind of fireman hosing a path through the waterfall that you entered through.
For the
So you now have a
all that is
decanter
holy.
of endless water and a folding boat.
Ooh, I bet you if we're in a boat, we could
Whoa.
we could use it as say geyser, and that boat will go super fast.
Oh my god, that's
That's
genius.
such
We
a
can
good
make it.
idea.
Yeah, that would be wicked.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
we have to
perfect.
Oh, that's
You just-
great.
We just could lure some people into a
As
valley.
you know,
Asher, can
the
you
guy,
use like a
after
blast
about
or
a few
some hydro
after a
pump?
few seconds, the water is empty.
Oh.
Aw.
It said it was
Maybe not
endless.
so. Maybe not
Here,
so
quick, put it into Ezra's ritual circle. We can learn some rules.
Slaps and everything, yeah.
I'm still identifying in the background.
Okay, so you're
Okay,
identifying a ton of shit.
Yeah.
She didn't even know that.
We'll kind of
got
skip
blasted.
through whatever you wanted to identify. What did you want to identify?
The water skin for sure.
So the water skin is a decanter of endless water. You can do the stream, fountain, or geyser effect once per day. They all last a round. So you can make 1, 5, and 30 gallons of water with those.
And we
effects.
just did all three.
We just did all
I
three.
just did everything.
If you say what about the geyser? Did you say that was once per day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, it's got 30 gallons it can use. So if you didn't do the first two, it could do the geyser for a little longer, but it just lasted like a couple seconds.
Could I
So
hold
it's
on?
like
to
30
the water
gallons a
skin?
day.
Would that be okay?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
give
So-
you the
That's fine.
paper.
I just look and
Careful.
smile.
The wooden flute is just a wooden flute of songbirds. Whenever you play it, songbirds come.
I'm keeping it.
Keep that one. Yeah.
Beat it.
Is there anything else you wanted to
Is-
identify?
Ezra, I don't know if this is magical or not. Maybe it's just a weapon. The blood smeared obsidian. Is there any arcane properties to it?
Yes. So this identifies as a gravity cipher. When you throw it at a target or at an area, it conjures a 10 by 10 foot cylinder that doubles the effects of gravity.
Oh shit.
So cool.
Okay.
What?
Dragon Ball Z
Keep
style.
tossing items in her circle. She's doing on a roll.
The arrows, there are 14 walloping arrows.
What arrows?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
+1 arrows.
What else do I got?
And it's a DC 10 strength saving throw versus getting knocked prone.
Yeah, let me get them arrows.
Knocked
Yeah.
down.
They're only used once each, so they're finite. And the last was the book. This is another cursed item. The identify spell actually identifies the curse. This is the Grimoire of a Drow Priestess. Written on the cover is a handwritten little note that seemed to have been carved into it after its use that just says, leave your burdens behind. And it says, Syndra, if you find this, I'm sorry that I disappointed you. We have not always seen eye to eye, but I've always held nothing but respect for you. I only hope that someday the light of the moon frees you from the darkness. Love, N. This is an attunement item. When you attune to this item, if you are not a drow elf, you suffer a curse such that if you're ever in direct sunlight, you have disadvantage on perception checks that rely on sight. And when out of direct sunlight, you can cast the following spells once per day without using a spell slot: Fairy Fire, Comprehend Languages, and Web. It also has a variety of rituals on them that if anyone's a ritual caster, you can learn the rituals regardless of attuning to the item.
What
can I
rituals? Well, yeah, keep going, Ricky.
Well, quick. The rituals are Skyrite, Gentle Repose, Augury, and Magic Mouth.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna ask Fira, because she works with a lot of animals. Can you, kind of control animals, or influence them in
can-
any way?
I have kindred sight, so I could see through their vision for an hour, and I can also have like a little bit of better handling with them.
So,
Pretty much it.
can you summon them at will? Like not just spirit animals, but like actual animals?
I don't think so.
So I was thinking of just giving you the flute, and then when you can at any time play the flute and summon birds, and then you have your scouting. You can
that's-
send a message to any of us, maybe, or I don't know. You can have fun with it.
All right.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
cool.
creative.
Yeah, you can use
yeah,
Kindred
that's smart.
Sight with them too. Yeah, that's awesome.
So
birds.
here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I put the flute in one of my pockets.
Okay.
Now, is this gravity cipher reusable, or is it is it?
It is reusable.
Hyde, can you use this?
As a note, you can also activate it and carry it with you.
What is
Does
it?
it affect you?
It affects everything in the area.
The gravity cipher. It doubles gravity?
Doubles the effect of gravity.
Yeah. Whatever that'll do.
It'll probably maybe slow people.
Yeah, I could.
So basically,
Yeah. So
You
it'll
could
pretty
also
much hold
probably
him still
speed
while
it
I
up,
punch him.
right?
basically a
if you're
couple
in
things would
field of
happen.
fray.
It'd be difficult terrain. All your attacks would be at disadvantage if you're using melee attacks. Any ranged attacks against you would also be at disadvantage.
Yeah, I could put that to use. It'll pretty much hold them still while I beat the crap out of them.
So I'd say the only downside to this is that it only is going to last a minute, and you can use it once a day.
Okay. So that's one fight, that's fine. Yeah, definitely put this to use.
If you're ever surrounded, which seems to happen a lot.
We are acting like a team right now. I love it.
Yeah, I seem to attract a lot of attack, but I like it.
Man, does anyone want that spell book? anyone
Do you have to
interested
be
in
a
it?
spellcaster?
You do need to be either a cleric, wizard, warlock, or druid.
I'm neither of those things.
What was the thing that
Or you
called?
basically have to be a primary spellcaster. So Virgil, Fira, or Ezra could use it.
What spells are there?
Gravity cipher. Eddie.
Gravity Cipher, gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
The spells were Fairy Fire, Comprehend Languages, and Web.
And as a spell book, do I just automatically input it into my spell what I've learned, or is it just a separate thing that I need to have?
So as a note, you could
Your source.
you could only cast those spells out of the spell book. So you could cast them once a day as long as you're not in direct light.
As long as I'm not in direct light. But the impasse or the passive effect is if I'm in direct light, then I'm already affected.
You cannot cast those spells if you're in direct light.
Is anything else affecting me while I'm in direct light if I'm not casting
You have
spells?
disadvantage on all perception checks that rely on sight.
Oh,
That's the curse.
shit. I'd rather not be cursed. That's my decision.
It's less of a curse and more of just
It's like an
a
inconvenience.
secondary effect. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm not a scout anyway. Here, toss it my way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, cool. Asher's more of our...
It is an attunement item.
Oh yeah, I'll tune to it. Why not?
Okay. So Virgil, as you attune to it over a short while, you do notice that the bright light of the moon is a little bit uncomfortable for you to look at it directly, and then any bright lights from even the campfire just bothers you a little bit. That's all. It doesn't really help you with dark vision or anything like that. It's just the bright light is just a little bit more intense.
Night vision goggles.
Pick up some shades or something.
Okay. Do you guys have anything else to do?
For the pan flute, does it have sorry I didn't catch this, any charges or how many times you can use it in a
No,
day?
you can use it as many times as you want.
You can
And
summon
it could
birds
be
now.
an action or anything?
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, it's a little more than an action because you have to play it for, let's say, about a minute before it to really start kicking in, and once you stop, they'll eventually filter out. But yeah.
Okay.
So this place, everybody, is a temple to some Drow goddess.
Yeah.
It seems like they were using it for some. It might have been those hunters using this place for a trap for dragons.
But what was the problem that the guild was having? How is that related to this?
Yeah, I don't know if this is the right tunnel though.
Oh, what a jip.
As a note, you were told about an excavation team.
Yeah.
No sign of them here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might just need to go down one of the other tunnels. We just came across this by chance.
The way still goes a far bit north.
Reason, one thing I am curious about is where the hell did they get a Hydra?
How'd they get it down here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been very curious about that one.
And why is it down here?
Well, I think they're setting a trap for these,
I'd
the
make a
dragons.
survival check.
Okay.
I mean, if it was bait for dragons, that dragon could have just come here whenever it wanted.
Give me 1 second here. One second. So yeah, natural 14. I think it's gonna be like a 16 or something like that.
So, on pondering this, you look at the area around you,
Yeah.
and you do get the sense that while it's quite a feat to get the Hydra down here in the first place, if you did, it would be stuck here. It would have nowhere to go. Because it's down a 120-foot pit, and it looked like the other entrance was basically caved in.
Like intentionally?
So you start to think, if I were to do this, I would essentially bait the Hydra into coming towards the edge and have some way to get it the rest of the way off.
Yeah.
And then you play a waiting game. It's like the Hydra's perfectly in a spot where this is a perfect spot for something flying
For a trap.
overhead to get baited.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I guess the question is, who did it?
It's a way to get trapped.
You do recall you recently met a
The orc.
female half-orc that said
Yep.
she was separated by her party due
And
to
she
a cave-in.
And she supposedly worked for the guild too. Correct? She worked
she
for
did.
the Hunter's Lodge?
She was,
the
yeah.
lodge?
Yeah, she was a member of the Huntsman's Lodge.
Okay.
Do you think they're out here hunting dragons?
Yeah, hell of a thing to be hunting.
Yeah, that doesn't sound safe.
Well,
We didn't try to fight her.
sounds more impractical than anything. But yeah, let's, I say we kind of take off.
Before we head back, let's check behind this statue. I'm gonna check behind the statue in the waterfall
Okay.
on the opposite end that we came from before we head out.
Okay.
Well, as a note, you guys still have not taken a rest.
No, yeah, we
Um,
need to rest, but we need to
check
not
behind
rest
it. Go ahead and
here.
make an investigation check.
Why don't we
Are
rest
we?
in
I
the
mean, are we
boat?
in a bad spot here?
Blood of the Hydra still on the ground.
22.
What does that mean?
Means
There's a
if another
literal blood
dragon-
right there.
Yeah, if a dragon passes by and smells it, it might pay us a visit and not be as nice.
Okay.
Doing that Hydra was tough enough. Facing a dragon, I can see as insurmountable.
With that check, Daru, you don't find anything, any items, any things you could interact with. You do notice it does appear that a couple people have carved initials into the back of the statue.
Okay. That's it. I was just looking for, like, maybe there's an entrance or something leading elsewhere.
Okay.
Where
So what are you
we
all
go?
doing?
Should we move somewhere
I
else?
say we get out of here.
Okay.
Go back through the barricaded entry. Head down to one of the other tunnels.
Okay.
Go
I will
back
say at
to
this
the,
point, you all have a point of exhaustion.
Yeah, we need to
Hyde,
find somewhere
you would be
to
at
rest.
2. You'd be at 2 points of exhaustion.
Why
Yep.
don't we just put the boat in the water and sleep on the boat?
Do you
Not
guys
a bad
need...
idea. I guess.
Yeah, it's a group decision. It's up to you guys.
I mean, I'm down.
Let's do it.
Does it have like several
Sure.
decks? The big boat.
Does it have
I
what?
wanna do-
Several like decks where we could hide or be safe.
Yeah, the
with
largest one
everything.
has 2 decks.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So what you guys do?
Who has the boat?
Dreadnought.
Oh shit. Okay.
So now you're in this now pirate's grotto as the river and the pools around have overflowed, such that there's now about a foot of water as a massive ship is completely taking over one of the you hear the wood kind of creaking and you hear a couple kind of cracks as the weight of the boat is causing like a few planks here and there to break. But sure enough, there is a boat. We'll say for the purposes of moving things, eventually everyone gets on board after potentially a couple failures, but it's not the easiest task, but you guys accomplish it.
Does it come first?
The boat's a little off kilter and it's pretty bare, but you do find places to sleep. It is a little warmer here than it is outside. And after not but a bit, you do get your long rest. So with that, Virgil, are you doing anything before your long rest?
Well, shit. I think I got some medication still.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do. She gave me 2, right, Ezra? You gave me 2.
I think it was 3 days worth.
Oh, 3 days worth. Holy shit.
I think.
Okay. So if you're
I'm
taking
getting fucked.
if you're taking your medication, I need everyone in the party to make a wisdom, or let's just say everyone in the party go ahead and make a wisdom check, and Virgil, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Whoa.
Maybe I don't need to be taking this medication.
Oh, I got a nat 20, but it's a 19. So I have a -1.
I got 24.
Yeah, 15.
Everyone's rolling high.
19.
Oh, I got a 11.
I got a 9.
Okay. So, Virgil and Ezra.
Oh wait. Before we go to sleep,
Yes.
is there like a hatch to where we're all sleeping, like a doorway that leads to where we're sleeping?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put the doorknob on it, and I locked it.
Okay. Good to know. You locked the doorknob. Good to know. So, with that, Virgil and Ezra. Virgil, you do not manage to stay awake. Ezra, you get some rest, but it is restless. You find yourself tossing and turning for hours, just feeling like you're waiting for the sun to come up. And you feel almost a few hours before you should see the sunrise. You do find yourself falling asleep. And what all of you begin to experience as Ezra has a restless dream your eyes blink open and you find yourself in what looks like a child's room. It's dark. And you begin to get up, and it's disorienting because as you're standing, you find yourself maybe 4 feet off the ground. And you hear the pitter-patter of bare feet on tile as you're moving through a long hallway. And you stop at what looks like an intersection where you see a room lit by red candlelight. And at this point, you begin to hear whispering in your ear. It doesn't seem to bother you.
This is a good soundtrack for this.
As you peer in further, you see what appears to be a middle-aged man. Dark hair, sort of sweating. Gray on the sides. He's speaking to someone that is not there. And as he's listening, it appears that he's had a record that's been on, and he's left it on for too long, such that it's sort of skipping. It's playing this kind of choir music that is very now discordant as the needle is kind of skipping around in different parts. As the lights in the room begin flickering in and out, these whispers begin amplifying. And the loudest sound is coming from your own voice. As a little girl begins whispering. You hear yourself making this whispering. With that, the older man just says, "No, it's not her fault. I can't." It should be me. I should be the one. You can't have her. She's my daughter too. And with that, you feel this gentle tugging. As you turn, you look up, and it's strange. You all see this woman standing next to you, kind of leaning down, cradling your shoulder. She's got sort of dark skin with almost a grayish, purplish tint. She's wrapped in bandages. And with just a tug, she says, "Maybe it's time for bed." You notice this appears to be the apparition that appears when Ezra casts certain spells. Asher, it looks particularly familiar to you. As she begins leading you back to your room, is there anything you want to do or any action you want to take?
Sister.
Or are you just going along with sister?
What is he talking about?
That's
he
enough,
talking
little
about?
one. That's enough. And her grip
Can I
sort of tightens a little bit.
Can I speak through Ezra?
You cannot. You can speak to Ezra. You can do one thing, and you essentially have like one action that you can do. If you want to speak, you can speak to the dreamer.
Ezra, who is this?
Okay. You hear Asher's voice echoing throughout your head. You're in a state right now where you don't really, it's difficult to remember that you're in your, that you're not dreaming right now.
I'm gonna look at sister and just kind of try to look at any details, any facial features, anything.
Okay.
Really look at her.
You look over her face and you don't notice anything that is out of the ordinary. You see her much better, or you did at least when you were much younger. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Does anyone want to help?
Yeah, can Asher help with that?
I don't know if that.
Asher already did a thing.
Asher already did it, yeah.
Oh. Does anyone else have high perception?
No. Okay,
Okay.
I can use mine. Ooh, 22.
22?
Oh, good, yeah.
As you're watching her, the grip on your arm is very tight, and you look down and you watch as there's almost a strange bruise that's forming at her touch. And as she picks you up and sets you down on the bed and tucks you in, you kind of look at your arm, and there's a part of it that's numb, and it looks like the skin in that handprint is almost dead, as though it's been frozen. And the handprint itself looks larger than her kind of small female hand. And she says, "You know, your father gets really stressed. Maybe we should leave him alone for the rest of the night."
That's what everyone says. That's what my mother says. That's what you say.
Yeah, but you can trust me. I'll never lie to you.
You promise?
Of course I promise. It's you and me against the world, right?
You and me against the world.
And with that, there is this shrieking, screaming sound that just shatters this dream, and you kind of shoot up awake. Everyone shoots up awake in a bit of a cold sweat. And
Okay.
though you've had various levels of rest, you guys have managed to take a long rest.
You can't get a
spell
decent
slots
night's
back.
sleep in this fucking
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
Virgil, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, just for saying that?
Oh, because you didn't manage to stay awake.
Oh, okay. I did or did not? Oh, because I
Did
didn't.
not.
Okay. 6.
6. Okay. You feel Rizel's influence. She's particularly persuasive today. And you can't help but... Nothing yet, but you feel that she's got a hold on you. And it feels good.
Okay.
So, the morning is yours. You're within this boat. You can do what you wish.
I'll start making just a quick campfire, and to cook some meat, because we all are exhausted and need to eat before we continue.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and kind of look at everyone and then just go and help Daru.
So Ezra's helping Daru get ready. Is there anything else that people want to do?
I actually would like to kind of like pull on Ezra's elbow.
Yeah, sure.
Can I talk to you
Sure.
alone?
Yeah. No, yeah. And I'll just kind of walk off with him.
Who's that lady?
I don't know. Sister. I've introduced you before, haven't I?
Can I tell you something? And you promise you won't tell Hyde?
Interesting, yeah.
Okay. So the reason Hyde and I are out here is because I messed up. It's like a ritual where we're from to like find out your beast form, but I had never gotten the chance, and they wouldn't let me go in. And so one night I kind of broke in, and I saw you're supposed to see your beast form in there, but I just saw this lady.
You saw a lady?
Yeah, it looked like that lady in your dream. What is she? What am I?
I don't have any answers for you. I'm sorry. I don't even know what she is. But
Why did you call her sister?
that's what she asked me to call her. Sister, are you here? Just kind of look around.
Silence.
I dream about her every night. It's kind of like a nightmare, but
What do you dream
not
about?
really. Just breaking in to the grove, seeing her there. Getting caught, running away with Hyde over and over again.
I'm sorry, Asher. I don't have any answers for you.
Did you learn anything?
I'll let you know.
But please don't tell Hyde that I saw a person in the grove.
Asher, I won't tell Hyde. Have no business in telling him. But it might come out eventually.
I was going to share it with him, but I'm just not ready yet.
It's understandable. But don't worry. I won't tell Hyde. Secret is safe with me.
Thanks.
And if I learn anything, I'll tell you.
Thank you.
No, if you don't mind, I kind of want to be alone for a second.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll go back to Dario.
So you all would have seen that Asher and Ezra kind of walked off together and had a brief conversation, and then Asher kind of comes back.
You alright, Asher?
Yeah, I just making sure she was okay from that dream last night. It's kind of spooky.
Yeah. That it was.
Yeah, I'm not liking all the dreams we've been having lately.
I mean, it started at the boat.
It doesn't matter when it started.
We could just say it's your fault.
You could.
I'm
say
just
that.
joshing you, Daru. Obviously,
didn't
there's
know what was on
magic
that
at
boat.
work. Just kidding. I'm sorry.
I'm curious as to what these dreams came from. How did this all... It's not like something touched all of us, I wouldn't think.
Well,
They
obviously,
connected us all. Something has.
Well, there was something that fell from the sky near Mag City, and that is what was on the boat, and that is
what connected us?
what was there. That's the only connecting factor.
Could it be that thing that Ezra pulled out of your chest? Or out of your stomach?
Whatever it's made of, I think. Less so that specific thing.
Huh.
Do you still have it?
Not. Well, Ezra, you have your half. I gave half of it to
I'm at the.
Ezra.
I'm separated right now.
I just point to Ezra.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have mine anymore.
Well, I say we get a move on.
As soon as Asher is out of earshot, I want to just look around and say, "Sister, I had a dream about you." anything?
Make a general wisdom check.
13.
13. You just feel the area around you get a little colder.
And I start to wonder who you are and what you are myself sometimes. I hope that doesn't scare you.
A voice kind of almost as though it's coming from, almost as though it's waking up. You hear a, nothing scares me. I was with you before anyone else. I took care of you, and you took care of me. Sometimes a dream is just a dream.
It felt so much like a memory.
Parts of it, maybe.
Do you have any answers for my friend?
I've never seen that boy before in my life.
Can I insight check that?
An insight check your ghost?
Yeah, can I insight check my ghost? Okay.
Sometimes you gotta. Yeah.
16.
16? Seems to be totally truthful, as far as you can tell. You don't know of her ever lying to you before. You don't, I mean, it's so difficult to tell because you can't see anything. There's no ticks, but based off her voice, she doesn't seem to have any reason to hide any information from you.
Okay. Well, I'll protect you no matter what.
And I'll protect you no matter what. And with that, you actually hear your name as you turn around and see Daru kind of pointing at you. And for a second, you feel as though you almost lost a bit of your hearing, and then it kind of came back as you kind of came to, and the area around you gets very warm, and you hear that voice almost leave you as it just...
I'll just start walking back to the group.
Everybody ready to go on?
You guys ready to ship out?
Yes.
Yes.
That one's better. Yes.
Do you think that if we say shoebox really loud while we're in here, we'll die?
Bro, don't try it. God damn it.
One-way shoebox.
You can set the command word to ship out.
Ship out.
If you like.
I run out of the ship before they say anything. I'm not getting trapped in
Is that
here.
what you're doing?
Yeah, I fucking run out of there.
Somebody speaks the command word.
Starts running.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
I follow behind Hyde, but I'm just
I'm
walking.
right on the street. I'm booking it.
Everyone's like
If I run, he
trying
runs.
to get through the door, and I'm just gonna wait my turn in the back.
Okay. Well, I mean, you said it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say everyone that was inside, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Fuck.
Was that all of us, or did anyone?
think
Any
it
of
was
us make
everybody.
Oh, son of a bitch. I rolled a natural 1.
I have 14.
God damn it.
I rolled a natural 1.
I tripped and then you tripped over me.
I got 24.
Natty 26.
Damn.
So you guys dive over both of us.
So you watch as someone just playfully says, like, what? Like, we just say ship out, and then it just begins to transform itself, crumbling beneath you. You watch as Fira and Asher dives out of one of the like side windows on the lower deck, and his small form is able to make it out just enough. Fira, as the boat is deconstructing, there's this opening that's large enough for her. She also just kind of hops out as a large piece of wood just crashes and folds right to where her foot was. The rest of you, as it's folding, the boat seems to fold in such a way that it's not folding the parts that you're in. And there's this part where it just opens up, and for a second, it's like you're on a little castaway raft, all huddled together and can't shit fear. As it just inverts and spits you all out, and you all ass over tea kettle into the water, and you're all soaking wet. Hyde and Ezra, you both have just, you know that feeling when you get water up your nose and it just kind of burns? Yeah, that's what you've got right now.
Oh, god damn it. And I'm gonna splash a huge fucking thing of water at Ezra.
Just curious.
Oh, as I hold one nostril and clear that out.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll swim out. Sorry guys. Now we know what happens at least.
Ezra, don't do that again, please.
It was very unpleasant.
Virgil, it's funny, being in the water right now, I don't know, you just feel really alive. Like the coolness of the water, and you're a little annoyed that this happened, but once you're out, just the coolness of the water, everything just feels more intense, if that makes sense. Like you've been foggy, and now your mind's clearer than it's ever been. So, the day's yours. What are you all doing?
Alright, I say we head back through the part we climbed through and head down a different tunnel. What do you guys say?
Oh, we have to go north, right?
North, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like 2 people to give me a survival check, please.
Okay. I'll do one. Let's see.
I'll do another.
Okay.
We should talk to those jellyfish mushroom people if we go back that way.
We should. Maybe they have
I don't
something.
think we can kill them, but
Oh my god. Did we look through the
14.
monster manual?
oh yeah.
15.
Okay. 14 and a 15?
As we're walking, I'm gonna take out the monster manual and just kind of like hold on to Fira and thumb through it and try to find those jellyfish, like
Okay.
mushroom.
Make an
things.
investigation check at disadvantage.
Okay. 9.
9.
Yeah.
You're thumbing through for a while. And as you're walking, you get to this point where you begin moving back through the chasms. You're walking north. About 30 or so minutes in, you get the idea to look through the monster manual, because there's no way in this first part of the caves, because there's just too, you'll fall. You get to a point where it's odd. You actually reach an area where there's this kind of expanse where it almost looks like you're outside. There's actually, strangely, there's not quite snow, but there's ice on the floor. And it looks like there are icicles coming from above. And the whole area is lit by bioluminescent life from above. So it almost gives you this illusion of being on the surface on a dark, cold day. But it's very damp in here, and you are definitely very much underground. You even see fallen tree life. As you begin walking, Ezra, you're kind of arm in arm with Fira as you're looking through. You do find a section on monstrous plants, things like that, and that's kind of where you're looking. As you do, you sort of step into something that is a little deeper than you thought, and you stumble forward for a second. And as you do, you hit this large, what looks like a large, it looks like a giant mushroom. But as your hand goes, it goes through it.
Oh.
and it lets out this pressurized air that just...
Am I gonna get eaten?
Well, this is what happens. Your arm goes through it,
You spored it.
and air shoots your arm out, and out of that hole, there is this shrieking sound
Oh,
This
From
game is
the mushroom.
terrifying.
Oh, shit.
and you watch as it just deflates as all the air goes, and it just kind of falls. It's like this bagpipe that now goes limp.
Killed it,
And-
Ezra.
I'm so
With
sorry.
that, you look around. This whole chasm is surrounded by these shrieking fun bag mushrooms.
I mean, it's,
And with that, you begin to hear movement from a tunnel ahead.
what color are they?
They appear to be brown.
Okay. I thought they were the bioluminescent ones.
As a note, another reason why that investigation check would have been really poor. The light in here is very low. Your visibility, you had to be kissing that book with your eyes to see. Your visibility is absolute dog shit right now.
okay.
There's just that faint bioluminescence from above. But Daru and Ezra, you guys are essentially blind down here.
Did we get a long rest or a short rest?
You get a long rest.
Virgil,
Yeah.
can we get a light? Do you think it would be wise to have a light? I'd like to be able to see for once.
You hear me utter like a big old sigh, like, yeah, where do you want it to be?
Shit. I'm gonna reach down and grab a rock. Rock.
You pick up
I
this
fought-
kind of wet, mossy rock.
Okay. I'll cast a light on the rock.
Okay. As you cast light on the rock, you watch as the whole room illuminates. And within 30 feet of your position, you watch as those fun bag mushrooms, the light almost burns them and they dissolve, and these micro tears go through them. And you are in a chasm of shrieking mushrooms that all in unison are just
Okay, I say we
like
get the
good
fuck out.
stuff.
30 or so seconds. Ahead of you, you watch as a light from a tunnel appears, and you hear movement. And
Somebody else is down here.
with that, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Ooh.
Nice. I got a natty, so 26 total.
Nice.
I got a
19.
4.
I have 18.
Oh, almost a natty.
Okay. So, sorry, anyone above 20?
26.
Okay. Who got a 19?
I did.
Oh wait, is it doing it now? Ooh, it's doing it now.
And then, sorry, Virgil?
18. Which is not bad for Virgil.
Okay.
Did we lose someone?
Yeah, I was just say
Oh.
where's Jameson?
We lost Asher.
James.
It's okay, I rolled for Asher. And then, sorry, Thera, Virgil, Asher, Hyde, Ezra.
4.
4. Beautiful.
Ouch.
Okay. We can all move to Astral if you like. So at this point, what that light illuminates is that there appears to be, as you're looking forward, this appears to be the end of the excavation of the Knight's Take. Yet as you look forward, there appears to be a a passageway that has been carved. It looks intelligently made, but it doesn't look like something that the Knight's Take did.
Oh, excuse me.
And
Sorry.
lumbering out, you hear this roar as this humanoid creature charges out. You see this thick, muscular body covered in hides and smelling of like rotting meat. And on the top, you see a bull's head with a large ring going through one of the horns as it lets out a roar carrying a large great axe as this Minotaur begins running towards you.
Oh shit.
Is this on Astral?
I got an 11, Alex.
Oh, there it is.
You got an 11? Okay, so you guys are all here on Astral. So, top of the round, Hyde, you rolled a natural 20.
Yep.
You watch as these three beasts,
3 of them?
3 of them,
3 of them.
Jesus.
Shit.
charge out.
I'm gonna charge back. Fuck it.
Are you gonna go
There you
first?
Yeah. I'll
Okay, Kira,
charge.
you're on deck.
I'm gonna charge to whatever one is seems to be the
Okay.
leader, the tip of the spear, kind of.
What's your movement speed?
I have 30 feet of movement speed.
You can't quite make it.
Okay, well then I'll
If you wait, you get the sense he
Yeah.
might get into range because he's moving.
All right, then I'll wait. Yeah, I'll hold my action.
Well, you don't even have to hold. You got a natural 20, so you can go whenever you want.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So in that case, if you're waiting, Fira, you're up.
Yeah, I'll just wait then.
They're charging towards us.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to cast. I think it's called Moonbeam.
Beam.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh shit.
And I can do it 120 feet.
Yep.
So I'll
Which
do
one are
it
you
right
casting
in
on?
front of them.
Okay. It
Monstrosity-
won't be able to block you from them. They'll be able to move around it.
But can they? Do they?
It's like this
Can they see,
pillar
like,
of
the
radiant
light?
burning light that's going to come down, and they're probably going to avoid it.
So
You
this
cast
is
it on
only
one of
good
them.
if they're like stationary.
No. Well, you can hit them with it, and then they'll move out of it, and then you can chase them with it. So it'll do damage if you hit them with
Yeah,
it.
it's like a spotlight. You'll pretty much follow them with.
Yeah.
Of damage.
Okay.
Kind of cool.
I'll try to aim it at Monstrosity 9. Yes.
Okay. What is the save?
It says Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Okay. Okay, that's an 11. Which I think fails.
Yeah, I would guess that's a fail.
Okay, so it does your full damage.
Okay, so it's
Go and
gonna
roll
do
damage.
2d10.
Okay, go and roll 2d10 radiant damage.
Mm. That's 10.
10. Okay. 10 points of radiant damage. You watch as this Minotaur is holding its axe, just running towards you. And you watch as there appears to be some rubble just falling from the roof here, as a bit of the earth actually breaks through, exposing the sunlight, at which point there's this beam of radiant light that just goes down, frying this first creature. You watch as it screams as it barrels through. Its skin is just steaming from that, and it looks angrily towards Fira, and it is now its turn.
Oh, no.
It is going to charge her. It's got a 40-foot movement speed. So it is going to 25, 30, 35. It's just in range. It's going to charge you, and it drops its head, and it's going to try to gore you with its horns. That is going to be a 14 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Okay, so you watch as this massive creature barrels towards Fira, and it makes a wild swing at her, and she, like a very graceful matador, just sidesteps it as it runs past. And with that, it turns angrily towards her.
Hey, as a note, Alex, when one gets within 10 feet of me, that's when I want to make my move.
It's within 15 feet of you.
Okay, once he gets within 10 feet, then I'll make my move.
Okay. I'd say this is actually about 10 feet.
Okay. So, if so, then I'll take my turn. I'm going to bonus action rage, take the tail, and spin and smack him with that.
Okay.
So, let's see. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 hits.
Okay. So a D12. So 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage, not bad.
Yep.
So this, you watch as Hyde angrily roars upwards, and you watch as his spine kind of arcs, and these additional spines shoot out of the back of his shirt, and he grows this long, leathery, massive tail that almost looks like it weighs as much as his body. And with that, his elbows kind of curl in, and he almost adopts this more four-legged stance, and he whips around, and this tail lashes out and just uppercuts the Minotaur and just dazes him for a second from 10 feet away. Okay, hi, that's your go. It's now Asher and Virgil at the same initiative. So, nice. Virgil, I'll let you go.
Okay. I'd like to, let me look at Astral here. I'd like to hang back. Actually get away from Monstrosity 9 and kind of go back behind the party here. I don't think that's an opportunity attack, correct?
If you're not within 5 feet of it, it's not an opportunity attack.
I don't believe it was.
Okay.
I'd like to take my staff, smile, slamming it into the ground, and say to the party, show them what we can do. And then put my hand out like the number 5. And out of each finger is going to be a blessing upon the party. It's going to be a second level twin spell.
Oh, damn.
So second level is 4 people plus a twin spell. That's 5 people.
Okay.
So that's a second level slot and a first level slot burned.
No, it's not a first. You don't burn the first level slot. It's just a sorcery point.
I thought for twin spell. Oh, for a sorcery point.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone is blessed.
Okay.
Excellent. That brings us to Asher, who is going to... He's just going to take his shots at it. He's not going to Hunter's Mark just yet. Let's see. Yeah, he's going to hold his Hunter's Mark for now. No, he's going to Hunter's Mark it. Of course he is. He's blessed. Well, I rolled like ass again. Oh, God. That hits. And also, because it's the first round of initiative, he gets a second attack. That also hits. And he gets another D8. So Asher is doing stuff. I'm going to use the dice that I'm not giving to Pierce. That's 10, 11, 12, 13. Wow, I rolled 3 ones. 24 points of damage.
Oh my god.
So James said he got kicked out of the chat thing.
All right, is he back?
I don't know.
Tell him to come back.
Okay.
I'll invite him again. Okay, so that took 24 points of damage. That brings us to the other Minotaurs. Let me see. So, let me see. They are a bit far away. So, all right, this one here, they're going to have to double dash. They're going to make it to about here and here, double dashing. That's going to bring us to Ezra.
I'm going to... Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna use my bonus action to bring up my call out to my sister. And I'm going to place her at where monstrosity 9 is, right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a hit with her.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a 12 to hit.
12 miss. You're blessed? Did you roll for
Oh
blessed?
no, I didn't actually.
Everyone's blessed.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
Okay, cool.
Makes a difference.
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
Mhm.
Not bad.
And then I'm going to toll the dead on it too.
Okay. Wisdom saving
Wisdom
throw. That's a 2.
That is a fail. And it's
Roll
already
damage.
taken damage, right?
What's that?
It's already taken damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just dealt damage to it.
Oh, I did. Oops. 9 points of damage.
Another 9 points of damage. Not bad. Okay. All right. That brings us to top of the round. Fira, unless Hyde's interrupting at any point.
I can go again this round.
It's top of the initiative now.
Oh, it's top of the initiative. So I'm guessing I've got a Minotaur right in front of me now.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. You mind if I go first, Fira, or it's up to
No,
you?
go ahead.
Okay. I'm just gonna punch this thing a couple times in the face.
Keep in mind, this thing has a moonbeam on it, right?
No, it moved out of it.
Oh, okay.
So
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna punch it in the face, trying to stop its momentum. It's not charging anymore, is it?
no, it's whipped around.
Okay. I'm gonna run up to it and just hit it a couple times in the face, just like Superman punch it.
Sure.
Does a 20 and
Yep.
a 20. Okay, double 20.
How are you multi-attacking it?
With my brass knuckles. Is it if you
So
have
it's essentially
a light or...
two-weapon fighting.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So just don't add the strength modifier to the second.
To the second one. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So the first one is 9 points of damage, and the second one is 1 point of damage. So 10 points of damage total.
All right, 10 points of damage. Okay. That's going to bring us to Fira.
I'm going to use my shillelagh. Did I say it?
Yeah, Shillelagh.
Shillelagh. On monstrosity 9.
Okay.
And we're blessed, right?
You're blessed, and you're still concentrating on Moonbeam too. So Moonbeam is going on right here. You can use your action to move it.
Okay. It's a 1d4. You add it to your to hit.
Yes. But you're hitting with your wisdom modifier now. So your hit should be you like your spell attack bonus
Plus
now.
6, right?
Yes.
16 plus 6, that's 22 to hit. I'm not going to use my blessing right now.
Okay, yeah. 22 hits. So go ahead and roll. It's a D8 plus 4.
So James said he
That's
still
5.
can't get in.
Okay. Yeah, I tried. I invited him like 5 times. I don't know what to do.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Fira.
No, that's okay.
Oh, it's fine.
How much was
5 points
that?
of damage. 5 points of damage.
5.
And
Okay.
I want to redirect the moonbeam towards it.
You have to use your whole action to do that. So
Okay, well,
you
yeah.
won't.
I used the shillelagh as a bonus action.
Yeah, and then your action to hit it.
Okay. Never mind.
So the shillelagh just lets you use your wisdom modifier to hit it. And then from now on, whenever you hit its wisdom base, in the future you can use your action to move your moonbeam around. Okay, that's gonna go to the Minotaur now. Seeing Hyde as the biggest thing in here, it's gonna go for him.
What a surprise.
It's gonna take a reckless strike with its battle axe on Hyde.
Okay.
That's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, only just.
And then that's going to be 19 half to 10.
Okay.
Or half to 9.
Okay.
That's going to bring us to Asher and Virgil. Asher is going to move away from this one here, kind of into you guys. Take another shot at number 9, try to bring that one down. He's going to Zephyr Strike it. That is a 2 plus 4. So that just hits. He hit with a 2, thanks to Bless.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to use his Zephyr Strike. He's not going to use his Zephyr Strike attack because then he would have gotten advantage, which he didn't get. So it's just this. Shitty rolls. 9 points of damage to it.
I think it's just you, Alex.
Yeah, I think it is. Okay, that brings us to Virgil.
Can I twin spell minor illusion?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'd like to twin spell minor illusion.
To do so, though, I'm going to need you to succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Because you feel Rizel's influence right now. And she wants you to do some damage.
All right. Wisdom save. 12.
12. That's a success. You can twin save a minor illusion if you like.
Okay, so I'd like to create 2 gigantic eagles.
They can only be 5 by 5 feet.
Scary looking bats.
Okay.
And then I'd like to have them fly around Monstrosity 9 and Monstrosity 11, diving in like they're going to attack their head.
Yeah, like sweeping.
Sweep, but like making sure
Sure.
not to make contact and just kind of bugging the shit out of them.
Sure.
And then
So that-
bonus action Sanctuary on myself.
Okay. Bonus action Sanctuary, you twin spell the minor illusion. That brings us to Monstrosity 10. You get the sense these things are basically raging and completely ignoring the bats. They appear to be just going for the biggest thing in the room now, which is Hyde. So this one's going to attempt to gore Hyde with it's going to go reckless. Wow, that's ass twice, but maybe it's enough.
Yeah, my AC's not too high, so.
Yeah, you're not terribly hard to hit.
Nope.
13? 13 misses?
Yep.
That's after it went reckless.
Yeah.
As a note, anyone that has gone reckless, you guys have advantage against, actually.
Yep.
So,
Everybody does, yeah.
and they're both going reckless. This one's also going to try to gore you.
Right.
I've got multiple dice now, so I can roll multiple things. That is a natural 20.
Son of a bitch. That makes up for him missing. Or the other one missing.
20 points of damage, half to
Ouch.
10.
Okay.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. I have advantage on those, so that is that's a natural 19. So
You're fine.
23.
You're fine.
Yeah.
So you watch as this second Minotaur goes over, picks Hyde up off the ground, and goes to slam him on the floor. Hyde lands on his feet and pulls the Minotaur's head off of him, pushing him back about another 10 feet. But Hyde was pushed about 10 feet this way. There are now 3 of them that are all looming over Hyde. That brings us to Ezra.
I'm gonna see all 3 monstrosities on Hyde, and I'm gonna start almost like chanting this language that you guys can't really understand, and then you're gonna see these
Are you
swirls almost forming around all 3 monstrosities, and if you look at them really closely, they're almost like distorted faces. And I'm gonna need a charisma saving throw from all 3 of them.
this.
Sure, they're great at that.
Minus. Yeah, the highest was a 14. Does
They
14
all
say?
fail.
They all fail.
And they're all baned.
Okay.
And
They're all suffering from Bane.
Yes.
What does that do?
I'm going to move behind Virgil.
So you watch as there are these faintly ghostly humanoid faces that are cascading in and out of the vision kind of around their heads. Hyde, you're close enough. You can faintly hear chattering and almost laughter coming from these voices, just choruses of laughter. And the Minotaurs seem just kind of off-put by this. So they have a D4. It's anti-bless. They have a D4 against their attacks and saves.
Oh, they noticed that, but not the blats. That's
Top of the round,
The blats.
Virgil.
the blats.
Top of the
Look out
round.
for the blats.
Top of the round is Fira, unless Virgil or unless Hyde wants to interrupt.
Fuck it, I'll jump at this one.
Okay.
If it's okay with you, Virgil.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So I look at you, give you a nod, and then just start. I'm gonna start beating the shit out of the one that I'm holding.
Okay.
I think I will. Fuck it, I'm just gonna punch him.
Okay.
A couple of shots to the stomach. That's a miss. Oh wait, advantage.
Advantage.
Too, on both of them. Okay. So one is a natural 19, and the other one is a 12. Does that hit?
12 misses.
Okay.
Did you add your bless?
No, I did not.
You all need to add that shit.
14.
Says Virgil.
14.
14 is their armor class.
Okay, got him.
As a note, Ezra, you didn't get it this round, but don't forget about your spiritual weapon as a bonus action. You get it every round.
I forgot. I just rolled and I got a 1.
So 10 points of damage on the. Oh wait, that's doubled too, huh? So without that, so.
Why is it doubled?
Because I nattied on the first punch.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah. Or no, sorry, that was a natural 19. Okay, so yeah, I had that right. My bad. So 10 points of damage on the first punch.
Okay.
And the second one without adding the modifier, but adding the rage damage.
Oh, wait.
Is...
Did we... I'm so sorry. I skipped Daru.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, Daru hasn't done
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Are you there, Pierce?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm so sorry. I've been
pulled
trying to
out-
get James back in here.
I've pulled out my alchemy kit and I'm just like making some shit.
No. I'm so sorry. That's my bad. Please, next time if I skip you, let me know.
I was like, wait, I was
Does he
wondering.
get
I
like
was
2
it
turns?
sounded-
Because I've
Yeah,
gone
he would get
twice.
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Do some shit, Daru.
Finish your
for
turn,
it.
Hyde, and then Daru's gonna
Make some magic.
He's
He's
gonna
been
do a lot.
building shit up.
Yeah.
Go for it. So I did 3 damage on the second punch.
Okay. Okay. So now we're gonna go with Daru. So for the purposes of this, Daru, you were a little taken aback by the ferocity of these things and being a human, kind of having a hard time seeing where they're coming from. But in this moment of inspiration, you're gonna get 2 rounds in a row.
Oh shit.
And as retribution for me skipping you, I'm also gonna give you a D12 inspiration dice.
Nice.
So these things come and I like fumble the light that I'm holding, drop it. Oh shit! And I spend like 1 action grabbing the light, picking it back up, and then I'm going to attack Monstrosity 11. That's fighting Hyde.
You have advantage and bless.
16. 22 for the first one.
For sure hits. So it's action.
4, 9, 10 points of psychic damage.
Okay, 10 psychic.
Is this like a rocky cliff? Can I climb up?
Yeah, you can climb up this, yeah.
Yeah, I want to climb up here and take out my rapier.
Okay.
And that is it.
Okay. So that was 1 action. You have a second one now.
Can I like switch my rapier to my offhand and then use my psychic needle thing
Yeah.
to my main hand?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll do that on the same one.
And this still has sneak attack as well.
16 plus stuff.
Yeah, for sure hits.
6.
And Asher and Virgil are on. Actually, Fear is on deck.
12 points of psychic damage.
12 points of psychic. Okay. You watch as Virgil, who at this point has kind of been out of sight, you just watch as he just makes some gestures, kind of throwing his rapier from one hand to another. And
You
watch
mean
as one of
Daru?
the
Daru.
Sorry, Daru. And then you watch as one of the Minotaurs on Hyde. As Hyde just reams it in the face, you watch as it now just recoils from that and then begins clutching its head. Hyde, you feel like you just knocked the fuck out of it because it's just clutching its head in pain.
Yeah, nice. You son of a bitch.
That brings us to Fira.
Wait, can you explain? I can't use the shillelagh and the moonbeam on the same turn,
No, you have to pick one or the other.
even though one is a bonus action.
Shillelagh is a bonus action to cast, and then it lasts a minute. Now
Okay.
your club has Shillelagh on it. So whenever you hit with it, you use your spellcasting modifier instead of like dexterity or strength. But you still have to take the attack action to hit with it.
Okay, so it's a bonus action to
Cast
like,
Shillelagh,
cast
not to
it.
hit with it, yes.
Okay. I'll move my moonbeam on Monstrosity 9.
You can, technically, you can hit all three of them.
Oh shit.
With the moonbeam?
It's a 10-foot diameter.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's a big ass circle.
I mean, let me triple check, but 5 foot, 10-foot diameter, and they all ganged up on Hyde, and Hyde
they're
got
all-
knocked out of it. They're all 5 feet. Like the furthest area is 10 feet, so you could get all of them.
Okay, so I'll center it between all three.
Okay, one is a 22. Okay, the other one is a mega fail, and then a 23. Oh wait, Bane.
Don't they have
Mine is a
disadvantage?
1d4.
Or
They don't
no?
have disadvantage. They lose the 1d4. I don't know if it'll make a difference. So the lowest will be 17. I think that's still, or not 17, 21. So I think that's still. I rolled really high.
Yeah.
But they take half damage, I believe. So go ahead and roll your 2d10.
Mm-hmm. This one.
Half as much. Wait, I will say, to hit all of them, you would get Hyde too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's fine. I'll take it. You want me to roll a what is it?
Well, hang on. So to hit them all, you'd have to hit Hyde too.
I can take the shot. It's what I do. Just say sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Go for
Roll
it.
your damage. I'd like you to make your Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Okay.
So it's 4 points of damage.
4?
Yeah, that's already halved.
So,
Oh, that's right.
So
Well,
I,
then they take 8 because one failed.
so
Okay.
I rolled double 15, so 19 total.
We're good.
So
Okay.
I take
Cool.
what, 5? How much?
You take
4.
4.
points
Okay.
of radiant damage. As a note,
Yeah.
the rest of you, when you watch this happen and you see Hyde's image under the moonbeam, what you see is not Hyde. You see the shadow of some kind of creature, somewhat humanoid, that's looming over with what looks like a double jointed elbow, and horns coming out of the front with almost a reptilian like visage. As the moonbeam is there, and you just watch as this creature looks completely unaffected by the moonbeam, just looks up after it just rocks one of the Minotaurs with its fists. So that is going to bring us to Minotaur number 9, who's gonna fucking beam hide. Oh. It's staying in the moonbeam.
Okay.
Fira, go ahead and roll damage for your moonbeam for the rest of the round. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Somebody buy me some new dice. The first one misses you.
That's 10 damage.
10 damage. And it fucking fails its save.
Oh.
So you watch as this one takes a swing at Hyde and then just lets out a roar, and you watch as it's almost like an alien is beaming it up. It's just particles that like float up in the sky, and this one is fucking disintegrated by the moonbeam.
Oh my god.
That brings us to Asher and Virgil.
Asher, want to go first?
Yep, Asher is going to take a step back. I'm going to say, yeah, fuck it. I'm going to make a ruling here. I'm going to say Asher has disadvantage because they're obscured by the moonbeam, because they're literally standing in it. But he has advantage because they're reckless, so this is going to be a straight roll. That's amazing. This is going to be a Zephyr Strike. So I get another D8. Okay. That's a billion. 22 points of damage.
Holy shit.
Wow.
On this one. You watch as Asher just takes the bow and just pauses for a second, tries to, take note of its shifting form through the moonbeam, and just fires. And you just hear this almost whimpering sound come from the Minotaur as he fires. Virgil, you're up.
Do the for this round, do they still take damage?
They take damage if they start their turn in the moonbeam, which they're not moving. So yes.
Okay.
I'm just going to cast a 2nd level healing word on Hyde.
Thank you.
Okay. Are you doing anything with your action?
I am. I can use my help action, correct?
Yeah, but if you're going to do anything other than deal damage, you need to make a wisdom saving throw. Because.
Okay. All right. Oh, fuck you. Wisdom save. That's another 12.
12. Okay, you succeed.
Okay.
So you don't have to use your action to do a damage dealing spell.
Yeah, fuck Razel. Yeah, so I'm healing Hyde, and I'm gonna hold my help action for Ezra.
Okay.
How much did you heal me?
I'll tell you right now, bud.
Yay, thank you.
That brings us to Minotaur. This Minotaur here. It's gonna continue to swing at Hyde. A natural 1 on the con save, so it takes how much damage did you roll, Fira?
2d4 plus 5. So am I rolling now?
Is it another 10? You said.
Do I re-roll or the previous one?
Or just roll a new one. That's fine.
That was 12, the new one.
12. Okay.
Yeah.
12 points of damage, and fucking kidding me.
12 points of healing, Hyde.
Thank you.
I don't even need Bane, but that's a 3 and a 2. I don't know. I'm actually using different dice now. I don't care that it feels cheap. Okay. That's you, Daru.
Oh, seeing these things are having a hard time, I'm gonna sort of safely make my way down the slope and go to stab one of them in the leg, and the amulet on my wrist sparks green and my flame ignites green. Oof. 6, 7, 8, 9. Do I get +2 for flanking?
And advantage because they both run reckless.
And advantage, okay.
Yeah,
And
boy.
a D4, and you have a D12 inspiration dice that
God
lasts until
damn.
you use it.
Sounds
Okay,
like you
so-
need to throw a natty.
Natural 18. So
Yeah,
that,
you're fine.
that's a 1d8. That's actually 2d8. 5 points of fire damage.
Both
And
of them,
then-
right?
5 points of fire damage to
10.
11, and then 4 points as it leaps to 10.
Okay.
And then also
And then roll for the actual.
6 points. 7, 8, 9. 9 points of piercing damage to 11.
God damn.
On
I
top
gotta
of,
say, I think I
five.
deal the least damage this time.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a very.
I didn't do any damage.
Wait till you get multi-attack, and also this was a pretty clutch. This is like the scenario for Green Flame Blade on someone that gets sneak attack. So
That sounds cool as shit.
Yeah.
yeah, I love that spell.
Can I? Do I have any movement speed
You do.
left? Can I get these two?
You jump into the
Monstrosities.
moonbeam to do that.
Is number 11 like on the border of the moonbeam?
It's pretty well within it.
Okay, never mind then.
Like you had to poke through it. So you're staying there?
Yeah, I'll just stay here.
Okay. That brings us to monstrosity 11. It is going to grapple you, Daru.
Shit. He's still
Do I
paying.
make a acrobatics?
Acrobatics check versus athletics.
I wouldn't get it.
Okay. Does bless counts for this, right?
Yes.
And
No,
you
it does
have
not. It does
inspiration.
not.
No, it
Oh.
doesn't. Okay.
Damn.
D12 inspiration as well, though. So I'm gonna use that inspiration.
Okay.
Uh, 12.
12 total.
Yeah.
Ouch.
It
If that fails, I'm gonna use my psionic talent die and add a +4 for 16.
I fucking love playing with
Okay.
Pierce. That's just-
So-
He always has an extra trick. Like, if that doesn't work, then here's
Yeah,
a fuck
if
you.
that
And
doesn't
I
So Pierce it reaches out and grabs you by your shirt, and in this moment of inspiration and using whatever psionic abilities you have, you kind of almost slightly push it and almost set yourself free, at which point it loses its grip for a second as you begin moving out, and then it grabs you by the throat and pulls you into the moonbeam.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
Here, I need you, and then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw versus 12 points of radiant damage.
13 save.
It does not save, I believe, against Fira's DC. So you take 12 points of radiant
Oh
damage.
shit.
You have a D4 in bless.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a 1. So-
Okay. So yeah. So Daru, you and Hyde and both these Minotaurs are now being burned by radiant light. It also
We're cooking now.
failed its save. Ooh. It's fucking hurt. All right, Ezra.
Ezra, you have a help action.
What does the help action do?
Fuck
It
if I know.
doesn't do anything in this scenario.
Can he throw me toward monstrosity 11?
Yes, he can.
I sure can.
Can you throw me towards him?
Yeah, do you want me to roll that?
I don't know. Do you want that to be a roll, DM?
I mean, you can use your movement to get there, and he can
I don't
attempt
know.
to help you.
No. I'm throwing it.
Yeah. Just throw me.
Okay.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Yeah. Just toss me.
You have to touch me.
You have to toss me. Oh, 6.
All right. As Ezra
What an
looks back
athlete.
and just says, "Don't tell the elf." Virgil yeets Ezra. She moves barely a little, lands on the ground face first, and rolls down this cliffside, suffering 1 point of bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make a concentration check.
Oh,
Wait, no, you're not. Oh yeah,
I
for
am
Bane.
on Bane.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
You're blessed.
Oh yeah, I am. Oh shit. 9.
You failed.
I
Bane is
failed.
down.
Don't ever ask me to toss you nowhere.
Alright. You're now 5 feet from monstrosity number 11. You can use your movement to. You can use half your movement to get up.
I'll use half my movement to get up and like give a dirty look at Virgil, and then I'm gonna.
As you do, he's going to make a reckless opportunity attack against you as you get up.
Oh shit! I
with
forgot
his
about
great
that
axe.
mechanic.
Virgil's is holding his fist in his mouth. Like,
You suffer 22 points of slashing damage
Ow!
Oh my god.
Fuck.
as it takes a wild swing and slashes Ezra across the back as she attempts to get up. But you have
you got a
bonus
healing
reaction.
spell coming your way.
Yeah, I'm gonna, as soon as I feel that hit, I'm gonna put my hands out and I'm gonna use inflict wounds on him. 15 to hit.
15 hits. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 15?
Fira, what's your spell DC for Moonbeam?
Oh shit.
I think it's 14. Wait, no. We're talking about the Constitution one, right?
You're still blessed though. Did you roll with blessed?
Oh no,
Ezra?
I didn't.
I think even a 1 that'll put you at 16 at least, and I think that saves.
Yeah.
So you take 6 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Yeah.
We should get 15?
She got a 15
I got a
naturally.
15
16
naturally.
at least.
Yeah.
But it's 14 too.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
fine.
yeah,
You're
I
fine.
save then. Okay. Yeah, and then I'm gonna use inflict wounds first level. So that's gonna be. Fuck, 8 points of damage.
Okay, do you want to describe this or do you want me to?
You can do it.
Okay. So Ezra, as you fall down, get up, and are slashed across the back by this creature, you actually, as it slashes you, it goes to hit again, and it actually almost forces the axe kind of against you and against you, almost choking you with the shaft of the axe. You grab onto the axe, and it reaches back. You don't let go, and you kind of lurch forward, holding its hands as now it's kind of got this look of wild fear in its eyes as it thought it had you, but you're the one that's not letting go. And the rest of you watch as the flesh on its hands just melt away. And it just falls on the ground with now like these 2 dried up baby hands from the inflict wounds, and it's just sitting there screaming as this whatever necrotic energy passes through its body, and you watch as it just shifts and snaps and just mummifies.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm gonna use my is it dead? Yeah, it's dead, right?
It's
I'm
dead.
gonna move my sister
Spiritual
toward
weapon.
towards monstrosity 10, and she's gonna take a hit. And that's gonna be a 20 to hit.
Okay, you have an advantage.
It's okay. Okay, no 20. That's okay.
Sure.
And that's gonna be 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
And can I move out of the light beam?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll move out of it.
You just have to reach into it for the inflict wounds.
Oh, for the inflict wounds. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Okay.
But you're kind of standing at the edge of it at this point. Okay, that's going to bring us to top of the round. Fira or Hyde?
Versus
Can
that fear
I-
if you want to.
Yeah. Can I move the moonbeam out of people's way? So,
Yeah,
you
you
can
can.
actually dispel it if you want to.
well, actually,
You could also hit it with the moonbeam that doesn't hit anyone else.
Yeah.
It's
is
doing
anyone under it right now still?
Hyde and
Alright.
Daru are technically inside of it, but you can move it right now, or you can dispel it as a bonus action.
I'll dispel it as a bonus action.
Okay,
and
moonbeam's
then-
gone.
I'll use Cure Wounds on Ezra.
You'd have to run out of its melee range to hit her with a Cure Wounds, and it'll be able to hit you.
It'll take like an opportunity attack. It's like you turn.
When you
back,
leave
right?
something's melee range, it gets to take a swipe at you.
Yeah.
How can I? Is she really? Can I see how if she's really hurt?
Probably
Is it
pretty
obvious?
hurt.
Yeah.
That being said, the Minotaur currently looks like it's still focused on hide. These don't seem to be the most intelligent. Like the other one just lashed out at her because she happened to be getting up in front of her. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got tossed in front of her.
Yeah, basically, yeah. She kind of got served up.
Order up.
Yeah. How far am I from Ezra?
20 feet.
20 feet. I have to touch her to do that. Okay, I'm gonna try to just go to her anyways.
Okay. Reckless
Yeah,
attack. Ooh. Bane. Right? No, you dropped Bane.
It's down.
Drop
Yeah.
Bane,
It's down.
So that is a 16 to hit.
My AC is 16.
Okay, so that just hits. Ooh.
These do big boy damage.
20 points of slashing damage against you, Kira.
Okay.
But you make it over to Ezra.
Plus 2d8 plus 4. This one. 13 points of healing.
Thank you.
Okay, you heal for
For
13
Ezra.
points, Ezra.
Okay.
And hide.
All right, I'm gonna hit this thing with my tail, the one that just attacked Fira.
Okay.
All right, so this is with advantage, correct?
Okay.
Natural 19, so that's gonna
Hits.
hit. So let's see, D12 plus that. So 17 points of damage.
Jesus.
Yeah, spun the fuck out of that tail.
Okay. Got it. So with that, once again, Hyde spins around and just slams it across the head, and it just, at this point, actually staggers and falls on the ground for a second and just kind of gets up, kind of doing that stutter step thing as it gets up. That brings us
His legs
to...
are noodly.
Yeah, his legs are a little noodly here. That brings us to Asher and Virgil.
Is Asher going first?
Sure. Asher is going to shoot it.
If I was a gambling man.
Asher is going to cast Power Word Kill.
Jesus.
All right, I rolled low. That's 8 points of damage. That's you, Virgil.
All right, I'm not gonna attack. Do I need to roll again? Is that a yes?
You do need to roll again.
Ooh, something high. 16.
You're fine.
Cool. I am going to twin spell a first level healing word.
Okay.
To Hide and Fira.
Thank you.
And let me see what I can give you guys. D4 plus 5. It's just going to be 6 points of healing for both of you. And then I'm going to help Asher.
Okay. How are you helping Asher?
I'm shielding the sun from his eyes so he could see them a lot clearer.
Okay.
Doing the whole wind thing, like I think it's going that way.
You kind of like look around, you go over to Asher, who's like knocking another arrow, and you just kind of like move your hands around, and he just kind of like looks at you, and then looks back. The Minotaur takes a step away from you and takes a shot. Okay, that brings us to Daru. This thing's starting to breathe pretty heavy.
It's going down this round. Fresh job.
I'm going to just drop my rapier on the ground and jump back since it already attacked, and throw 2 needles at it.
Okay.
Natural 16.
Hits.
11 points of psychic damage. First one.
Okay.
And 14. 20 to hit for the second one. I'm sorry, I forgot to add 3 to the last one. So plus 7. So 7 more points of psychic damage.
Okay. For the last one?
I forgot to add my modifier.
Okay. So it took 18 points of damage for the first hit.
I rolled a 6 and a 1.
Just tell me how much damage you did total.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is that I forgot to add a plus 3 to whatever I rolled for my first sneak attack.
For the first one, so then that would make it 14 for the first attack. How much did you do for the second attack?
Additional 4.
It's
Probably
alive.
like 1 hit point.
It's got 1 hit point.
1 hit point.
It's going to gore Daru. Because it is now its turn in initiative. Fucking reckless everything.
Oh, shit.
Natural 20.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
This is it, boys.
Come on, sweet dice gods. Fuck you, dice gods. You take 23 points of
Oh boy.
piercing damage. And give me a strength
Damn.
saving throw. What's that?
I knocked out.
Okay.
You're down.
You
Shit.
watch as the Minotaur reaches forward, gores Daru, and slams him on the ground. Daru is motionless right now.
Fuck.
That brings us to Ezra.
I'm gonna get up pretty frustrated that I just almost died and that Daru is down, and I'm just gonna say, can we fucking end this already? And I'm gonna send the spiritual weapon toward him. It's gonna be a 20 to hit. Not
He hits.
natural. And it's gonna be,
I mean, he's got 1 hit point,
Yeah,
so do you want to describe how you kill it, or do you want me to?
you can describe it. And then I'm gonna throw, I don't actually have a healing word. I'm gonna throw a healing word at Daru as I do that too.
Go ahead and heal Daru.
7 points.
Hi, Daru. So, Daru, as you're on the ground, your eyes kind of blink open as you regain consciousness, and you hear the latter half of what Ezra says, at which point, as the Minotaur is looming over you, it holds up its axe, and as it does, you watch as it pulls back a little bit, as this hand reaches over it, and a second reaches over it, and you watch as one of the hands just grabs the Minotaur kind of by the mouth and begins pulling its head back. And you watch as it roars into this whimper as you hear this snapping sound as it just rips the head off of the
Holy shit.
spine. The head is actually still attached, but you now watch as its head just kind of like has that baby head, like no muscle tone, and it just
Nearly headless, naked shit.
it falls limp on top of you.
God.
As its tongue is now lolling out, and you watch as its eye is right next to you, and it just dilates.
Don't look at it. Help.
And with that,
What, 500 pounds?
Yeah, I'll come over and take it off of him. Jesus. And looking at it in amazement, like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Why are
Everyone's.
Why are they here?
at this point, from the chasm ahead of you, you watch as the light intensifies, and you start to hear voices that begin chanting. And you begin to hear what sounds like drums. And as your eyes kind of adjust to the light, you see a gruesome sight of scattered human remains that appear to have been almost adorning the outer layer of whatever this area is. On one of the bodies that's sort of completely scattered, you see what looks like the tattoo of the Knight's Take, with the Knight's helmet half obscured by shadow.
Oh shit.
And as that rumbling intensifies, that's where we're going to end our session for tonight.
Ooh.
So
Gandhi
Minotaurs,
build still did it.
Minotaurs that turned into mummies. Okay.
Oh
think-
shit.
I think-
That specific one happened to be really, really dry. That's why that worked.
Why are you laughing, Bruce?
It said weird. I don't know.
You guys,
He's dehydrated that day.
yeah. So you guys are really lucky because I rolled for what dragon was being lured.
Oh, I knew it. I was like, fuck,
lucky,
dude. As soon as you
Good
said you
job.
flew it
Good
over,
job,
I'm like,
Hunter.
oh,
I don't
jeez.
think I could have rolled any better than silver for you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, because if you had rolled red or something, that would have been
Sure.
all.
I kind of thought he
bad.
was like green,
No, I thought silver
Okay.
immediately.
silver.
Mainly, actually, not entirely because of the table, but like just a feeling like it was a silver dragon. Because aren't the metallic ones the one that actually are like the talk and shit? Because I put up my
Some of them.
my other
the,
groups
the
against
brass
the
ones and the
bronze one.
silver. Yeah, the bronze one I think, and the
Yep.
and the silver one's electric talk.
Yeah, I put them against the bronze one. They were all talking to it, and then someone got stupid and tried to steal from it.
You guys could read about it in the monster manual, and you could learn how to potentially
Yeah.
foster a friendship with this new.
Yeah, that's
I
I was gonna
actually
say,
really
yeah, I
good.
wanted to I wanted to as Hyde tell you Ezra to see if
look
you
him
could
up.
find anything on it.
Yeah.
Silver
Also,
dragon.
I've been rolling for like I think it's fun to keep things random because
Yeah.
it keeps me off guard too. And I've
Uh-huh.
been rolling for like the sorts of things that are dropping for you guys, or like what's available for trade.
Nice.
It's
Yeah, that's
interesting seeing some of the things like.
hell
Some of
yeah.
these things are so fucking stupid, but I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with them.
I don't know where he found those goats, but I would forgot.
I'm
We
so sad that you guys didn't get those.
Those goats look fucking dope.
I would have been formidable
Yeah.
on the fucking Goat of Terror. But wasn't meant to be.
Guys, well, good session. Thank you everyone for being able to make it.
Session,
I'll
yeah.
See you guys in the next one.
Yep.
Thank you
See ya.
for everyone in the chat.
Bye.
All those 3
Yep.
people.
I'll see you
Bye,
guys.
3 people in chat.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.